Welcome to the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show. I'm Lauren Hill, joined today with Ken Oda, and we are getting you ready for Game 1 this weekend in Aberdeen against the Aberdeen Wings. So this is an important series for the Toros. Obviously, we want to leave here with 4 points. If that happens, we have home ice on the horizon for the first round of playoffs. Ken, how are you feeling about the 2 games this weekend in Aberdeen?
Well, I don't think there's any secret among our fan base. I absolutely hate being in this building. But we're here, and we might as well head back with 4 points. Starts tonight with a good effort. If the Toros can match what they did last Saturday, I should say, against Austin, I feel like the Toros will be in a good spot.
All right, well, let's take a look at the recap of last Saturday's 4-1 win over the Austin Bruins.
Early in the first period, John Small raced along the right side, found Ian Spencer for a tap-in goal that put the Toros up by 1 about a minute and 6 seconds into the game. That set the tone for the Toros. About 7 minutes later, it was Jack Edwards winning a face-off back, and Dane Ramirez with his second of the season. It got tipped on the way through but fluttered in. The Bruins would claw back. Luke Malkiesen's shot was stopped by Will Mazenko, but eventually did trickle through. Toros weren't done, though. Jack O'Hannison got us 5-hole on the power play. The Toros took a 3-1 lead into the first intermission. The second intermission, I should say. Toros hold the Bruins off the board the rest of the way. Ian Spencer hit the empty net from almost 200 feet. That pushed the final to 4-1. The Toros got the win and earned the second weekend split in a row with the Austin Bruins. Not exactly what they wanted, but it was the minimum that they had to do. They got it done, and were able to keep pace and hold on to second in the Central.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at our updated Noodles numbers brought to you by Noodles & Company of Minot. To speak more about the series this weekend, our Toros are 40-14-1, as the Aberdeen Wings are 31-22-2.
Toros have carried the series 5-1-0 against the Wings. They've shut them out 3 of the 6 meetings. The Wings did pick up the 1 win on a Friday night in Minot a couple of months ago. Goals per game, Toros scoring over a half a goal more, allowing almost a full goal less. Toros have been the better team, whether they've been playing Aberdeen or not. Hopefully those numbers will continue through this weekend set, and the Toros can move closer to clinching that 2 seed in the Central Division.
Yeah, and I definitely think it's something to point out that the Aberdeen Wings have a total of 1,067 total penalty minutes on the year, as we have 775.
Yeah, almost 300 more.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something to point out there. But we'll be back with more of the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show after a quick word from our partners. Welcome back. It's time to look at our Minotauros Booster Club players to watch. I'm going to kick it off with my choice tonight of, no shocker here, Ian Spencer. He has had 3 goals and 7 assists in 6 games against the Aberdeen Wings. He is also 2 points away from breaking the all-time point record for a Toro, so definitely a player to watch here. He does well on the ice at home. He does well on the ice away. Just overall, a great player for the Toros.
Yeah, and I'm going to follow it up with another really brave choice here, Jack O'Hannison. 5 goals, 3 assists in 6 games against Aberdeen this season. 1 goal, 1 assist last weekend. In his career, 22 points in 28 games, thanks to Kobe Brault for that stat against the Aberdeen Wings. 13 goals, 9 assists in his career against the Wings.
All right, well, that'll bring us to our home key group keys to the game. Ken, what are your keys to tonight's game against Aberdeen?
Well, the first home key group key to the game is match the Wings' desperation. The Wings can clinch a playoff spot this weekend with some help, but St. Cloud, they've got Watertown. Watertown hasn't swept anyone but the Mallards until 2 weeks ago when they did get a sweep over North of Iowa. St. Cloud is a weekday game against the Mallards, while Aberdeen finishes with North Iowa next weekend. So the Wings have to look at it like they have to get at least one this weekend if they want to get the 2 seed. Toros need to match that desperation. Toros have Aberdeen and Bismarck. Austin has North Iowa and Minnesota. The teams are tied in points, so the Toros just as desperate to lock up the 2 seed as the Wings are to lock up the 4. My second home key group, key to the game, move your feet. The Toros are among the fastest teams in the league. Their speed causes problems for opponents. It has all season long. It leads to them taking a lot of penalties. When the Toros have 4 or more power plays in a game, 25-5-0. If they have 3 or fewer power plays in a game, 15-9-1. Still a good record, but not nearly as dominant as that 25-5-0 when they force the opponent to take 4 or more penalties. And my third home key group, key to the game, is it's time to start playing playoff hockey. 4 season games left in the regular season. We talked already about what's left on the schedule. The Toros have 3 splits the last 3 weekends. It's time to get going and start taking both games on the weekend. No better time than now.
All right, we'll be back with more of the Farmers Union Insurance pregame show after this commercial break. All right, Minotauros fans, it's time to take out your phones and pull up the Taros mobile app for your chance to win prizes throughout tonight's game. Starting with our 4 Bears Sportsbook over-unders. Our first one tonight is total Taros first period goals over-under .5. Honestly, I can see our Toros getting off to a hot start coming here at Aberdeen today. I definitely see that this stat could be an over, so I'm going to go over, and y'all know I love an over, so we're going over.
I'm going to go over as well. Toros have been getting better starts of late, highlighted by last Saturday scoring a minute 6 into the game. I'm going to take the over here as well. Second over-under, Wings, second period penalties, 2.5. I'm going to take the over on this one as well. I think discipline will become a factor this weekend. I think the Toros, as I said, the key to them is drawing penalties. And when you're facing a team with over 1,000 penalty minutes, it shouldn't be too hard to draw them.
Yeah, I'm going to go over with this one. We talked about it with the Noodles numbers. The Wings have totaled over 1,000 total penalty minutes just this season, so I definitely think that this is an easy over. And our last Sportsbook over-under is total overtime minutes played over-under 2.5. I'm going to go under on this one just in the hopes that we don't go to overtime and the Toros win this in regular play, so I'm going to go under.
Toros have been haven't played a lot of overtime games. The Wings have. The last time these two teams met, it went to overtime. The Wings game last Saturday went to overtime, but I'm still taking the under. I hope the Toros get it done in regulation. That'll bring us to the McDonald's Toros trivia question. Who was the first Toro to have a hat trick against the Aberdeen Wings? Was it Chase LaPinta, Reed Stephenson, Keenan Lund, or Zach Bross?
Honestly, I don't really have a thought here for this one, so I'm going to guess a Chase LaPinta because I do recognize that name.
All right, well, we're going to kick it out to commercial. They're about to start the anthem. We'll be back with the drop of the puck. Sorry, Lauren, to steal your line.
No, you're all good.
After these messages here on the Minotauros Network.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you.
Shot, it's in. Toros win. John Evans is second of the night.
Is there a better place to play junior hockey than Minot, North Dakota?
Welcome into the Odie Ice Center in beautiful Aberdeen, South Dakota Toros. Getting ready to take on the Aberdeen Wings as, well, I can't really say always anymore, but almost always. I'm Ken Oda. Getting you ready for Toros and Wings. Toros in the traveling black sweaters, black from head to toe, black buckets, breezers, and gloves. Red on the sides, cream names and numbers. For the men from the Magic City, for the Wings, it's the home whites, black buckets, breezers, and gloves for them. Puck is down. We are underway. Toros control off the draw. It's O'Hannison looking to chip it in on the near side. Works it in front. He just missed. Chuck Owens. Fleming tries a shot. It's tipped into the corner. Owens finds it. Shuffles it back to the point. It doesn't get through to Fleming. Toros take it back. Control in the corner. O'Hannison getting worked over by Gavin Reed. Puck's freed up onto the near side wall. They've already started tapping on the microphone. The whistle goes. Not sure what happened down in that near corner. One of several blind spots from the visiting broadcast booth in the Odie. Let's take a look at the SRT starting lines. Next whistle, we'll take a look at the SRT starting lines. 19:31 left to play here in the opening period. Toros control off the draw. Small got chopped down. That'll send the Toros to the power play. On the touch. Just 35 seconds in, Toros go to the man advantage. Toros power play is Toros power play is third in the league, 23.29%. Wings kill, 78.26, ranks 29th. There's our SRT starting lines. Spencer, Small, Mindorf, Ramirez, Edwards, Kabulis, Owens, Yohala, and O'Hannison. Owens into Billy Batten's spot in the lineup. Now we have a long discussion. John Small bleeding. I think the Toros trying to get an extra 2 minutes out of this. On the bench as trainer Meg attends to him. Meanwhile, during the delay, we have several social media check-ins to get to. Wally and the Mox, the best doo-wop group in Minot. The Kowitz family is aboard at home. The Hyatts and Richies checking in from Fort Hyatt. Billet Ray is in the Magic City. He's tuned in on NAHL TV, as is Charles Wilburn. Rianne McIntyre's in Saskatchewan, Canada. Carly James watching Ty James' 100th career Toro game. I don't think he's been on the ice quite yet, so not official until he hits the ice, but I can't imagine he's going to get hurt sitting in the bench. This thrown to the far side. Mahler couldn't close it off. Toros will have to regroup in neutral. Mindorf mishandles. Wings on the attack. Shot blocked up and out of play off the stick of Leo Bulgakov. Let's get through some more of those check-ins. Tanya Shaw-Canaro is in Richardson, and the Chemits are tuned in on NAHL TV. The Braves checking in from Granville. The Longs are in Colorado watching on NATV. Aunt Dee and Ohani's dad watching on NATV. The Okasons are in Minot. The Coreys are in Glenburn. Lauren and Ann Spencer are in New Lenox, Illinois. Toros control in their own zone. Still a minute 42 on the First Western Bank and Trust power play as Adam Mahler starts up the near side. Veers to the far side as I hiccup. Near side, Yohala mishandles. Speaking of hiccups, eventually Nick Comfort finds it and throws to the far side. Good play by Mindorf, hands off to Mahler. Toros are into the zone. Far side, O'Hannison has it in his skates. It's poked free down behind the net. Yohala finds it first, jams it back up to the point. Spencer with a good touch, gives to Mahler, right back to Spencer, and the Toros will go to work. 112 on the man advantage as Spencer tries his shot. Deflects up and out of play for a whistle. 69 ticks left to talk on the First Western Bank and Trust power play. 18:33 left here in period number 1. Toros will swap out the power play unit. Noah Gibbs, John Small, and Jockums the forwards. Jordan Gibbs and Connor Toohey working the points for the Toros. Eventually the Wings control the faceoff, however, and they'll send this one 200 feet, where Lucas Swedin out of his net will stop for Toohey. Pressure provided by Moxham. Cade Moxham had a hat trick in the Friday game in Minot that the Wings picked up their only win of the season. This is Jordan Gibbs. Rolls it deep into the offensive zone. 33 seconds left to go on the power play for the Toros. Taken away behind the net. Quick shot, save made. Rebound up top. Toohey leaves off far side. Catching it off the wall is Small. Small carries down to the corner. One hand on the stick. Guides it around to the near side. Jordan Gibbs. 20 seconds left on the First Western Bank and Trust power play. Puck freed up on the near side. Kept to the point by Small. Small walks in, then leaves up top for Toohey. Toohey looking for a lane. Doesn't have one. Leaves off far side. Jordan Gibbs. Jordan Gibbs carries down to the hash marks. Pushes it in the middle. Tip play. Doesn't go. Rebound to the near side. Wings come full strength in 3. They jam this ahead. Wings do come full strength. They find the man out of the box coming up the near side. Shot from Pitters. Blockered up and out of play by Swedin. Here's another look at that last scoring chance while we get to some more check-ins. Tony Sanders is in Glenburn. The best camera girls in the league tuned in from home in Minot. Of course, that's Grace, Sandy, and M. Shelly and the kids checking in from Fargo for Ryland's tournament. Eric checking in from home. Sherry, Britt, and the rest of the Brits checking in at the house. Sean Teskey tuned in. Jack O'Hannison's mom is listening in Michigan. Aaron and Michelle Bliven tuned in the Magic City. Ty James lined up on the near side, officially playing in his 100th career game as a Minotauro as he gathers the puck on the near side, takes an elbow to the head. Puck freed up. It's eventually Ramirez looking for Sabulis. Sabulis swats at it far side, but it carries back to the Toro zone. Perreault forced back there. Perreault working against a pair of wings, loses it to the far side. Quick shot gloved and held by Swedin off a turnover at the blue line. As, again, officially 100 games played for Ty James. One of the more popular Toros to come through town over that 100-game span for sure. Speaking of popular players, Taya Spencer with Ed and the Dogs watching in Mokina, Illinois. The Halls are in Kenmare. The Owens are tuned in from Minnesota. Andrew Jordan is aboard, as is Grandma Spencer. Far side, long shot off the draw. Stopped by Swedes with the paddle. Carries to the far side corner. Bouncing puck. Fleming guides it up the wall. Yohala exits the zone and then plays ahead for Owens, who gains the red line and rolls it deep into the far corner. Wings are back on it first, but the Toros take it away. Play continues. It rolls in behind the net for Winkler. Winkler pressured. It's taken away by Yohala. Bouncing puck. Settled down and jammed out to neutral by Winkler. Toros take over there. Mahler across for Fleming on the near side. Gains the line, then drops at the blue line for Yohala. Yohala walks in, wires. That shot finds glass. Far side, Mahler just chops it down the wall. It'll roll in behind the net where Yohala takes over. Yahala hooked and held and then leaves on the far wall for a pinching Mahler. Mahler's checked up against the boards. The puck rolls free. Side of the net jammed at. Spencer was applying the pressure. Eventually, the Toros still control. This is Mindorf. Mindorf from the blue line carries to the near corner and then threw it in front. It went in off the back of the goaltender, I believe. Hard to tell from 200 feet away, but either way, the Toros take a 1-0 lead. And of course, Mindorf, his 6th goal in 6 contests against the Aberdeen Wings. It comes 4 minutes and 8 seconds into this one. And I'm still not entirely sure how that got in. We get the overhead look from the Wings. Another look. Either way, it's in the net. The Toros lead 1-0 as this is rolled on for Sweden. It is officially Mindorf's goal. Unassisted for Mindorf. I think that'll change. Someone gave it to him up at the blue line. It was Fleming, reminds me. Or Kobe Brault reminds me, I should say. This is Moxham. Moxham up the wall, leaves in the corner. Taken over there by Pitters. Pitters throws it to the middle, no one home. He wanted Backel, but the pass was a good 5 feet off the mark. John Small picks this up. Small carries over the red and the blue. Tries to squeeze through a check, gets knocked down hard on that far side. Spence plays the body as well. The puck rolls in behind the net, guided away by Laskovs. Wings break out to the far side. Moxham gives to Pitters. Pitters working in a triangle of Toros. Eventually just turns and throws it back into his own zone. That will allow the Toros to complete a change. Jock comes up on the pressure. Puck swung to the near side by Cooper Anderson. They joust along the boards. Eventually the Wings work backwards. They give it to Anderson on the far side again. He throws ahead. Able to glove it down was Taven James. He finds Noah Gibbs. Noah Gibbs fights through, walks in, wires. And I think that one went off the post. Far side. This is Cole with a shot that deflects behind the net. Clark plays the body, far side. Swept along to the near side. Centering feed from Mugas goes wide. There's a broken stick in front of Swedes. Long tip play doesn't go. Swedes got across. It was Winkler pinching down, trying to redirect that into an open side. Now Winkler carries up by the blue line. Does almost a full lap around the zone. Now it is a full lap. Throws it to the middle, bouncing puck. Swedo trying to get on top. Good jam by Ty Spencer, or Ty James, I should say. Jams that out to neutral. Forgive me, fans. I'm calling this game basically from Jamestown. Not the best view here in Aberdeen. This one chipped in. Adam Mahler the first after it. Tries to leave it in front. It's broken up, and the Wings will try to counter quick. Carried up the far side. It's Tiskovich. Tiskovich walks in, wires wide. Rebound to the near side. The referee, Nick Comfort and Dane Ramirez all come together, and the puck ends up in neutral. Dangerously close to too many. His man coming on was Zemaitis. Couldn't gain control, and now a wing driven into the net by Mahler. Here's another look at the Toro goal if we have it. Here's the handoff up top. It was Flem from the near side, gave it up top to Middendorf, who carries him behind the net. Yeah, and then he just threw it in front, and it went off the defender. It was Matthew Martin Gaudreau who that was banked off of. Yeah. Mindorf just trying to chop that to the middle. Banks it in off the defender. Toros getting outshot 6-3, but lead 1-0. This is Tui. Near side Gibbs, hands ahead for Owens, back across Tui. Tui sweeps into the zone, cuts the middle, lost it in his skates, then gets it back. Out front, one-timer doesn't go for O'Hannison. Thrown up the near side. Tui keeps it at the point. Kicks it down the wall. Hannison looking in the middle. He wanted Yohala. It ends up top for Owens. Owens drops it down behind the net. No one there for the Toros. Nick Comfort harassed by Hannison. Played up the near side. Owens keeps it there. Is dumping behind the net. Eventually finds Yohala on the far side hash marks. Yohala turning off pressure. Tries to kick it down the wall. Taken away and chipped down the ice. Will we have our first Minot's Finest Collision Center icing? We won't. Puck didn't go far enough. Jordan Gibbs turned it over. Zamitis working out of the corner. Up top. Swept across Briggs Orr, the former Toro. Dumps it down low. It bounces to the front of the net. An alert stick by John Small. Pokes it to the corner. He guides ahead for Gibbs. Gibbs finds Tui. Tui pushes play to the red line. Dumps it deep. John Small after it. Small takes a wing into the boards. Big hit. It will draw a call. Referee arm is up and on the touch. The Toros will be shorthanded. Toros to the Papa John's PK. PK that was top 3 of the league going into the series, the 2 series with Austin. Now dropped to 15th, 83.23 as we look at Damon Cunningham, the starting goaltender for the Wings, 18-17-0, a 2.628 goals against, averaging a 9.10 save percentage. The Wings on the power play, though, have not been particularly dangerous, just 14.15%. That ranks 33rd in the 35-team NAHL. They control this draw, though. Send one wide of the net. Jam play doesn't go. Fleming finds it and is able to get it clear all the way down the ice. Wings working in their own zone. During the pregame show, I talked a lot about the Toros. So there's a quick shot on the entry by Moxham, gloved and held by Sweeto. We'll take another look at that save, but I was talking a lot about the Toros' power plays. When they get 4 power plays or more, 25-5-0. Interestingly, whether it's the 40 games the Toros have won or the 14 they've lost, Toros average 2.9 penalty kills in games they win, 2.8 in games they lose. So virtually no difference. Toros, a well-disciplined team. Most nights. Wings control. Near side, Gibber Cole. Hands down to the goal line, Cade Moxham. Moxham up top for Cole again. Back to Moxham at the goal line. Looking into the middle for Cole. Shot blockered aside by Swedes. Ian Spencer finds it and sends it all the way down. The Toros will get 4 fresh killers on the ice. .52 seconds left on the Papa John's PK as the Wings enter the zone. Pitters forced behind the net by Perreault. Sweeps up top. Near side, Bulgakov. Top of the near circle, looks far side. One-timer fanned on by Pitters. In behind the net, Perreault finds it and sends it 200 feet. Toros get another clear. Wings control in their own zone. 25 ticks left to talk on the Papa John's PK. 9:56 left to go in the opening frame. Toros lead 1-0 despite being outshot 9-4. Taken away in neutral. Spencer in behind the defense. Spence leaves across for Small. Shot. Save made by Cunningham. Rebound up and out of play, and they haven't stopped the clock, so they're costing themselves the rest of their power play. I'm sorry, that was Chuck Owens. Yeah, the Wings did not stop the clock until after their penalty had expired. They should have 8 seconds of power play time left. As we get a look at that turnover, I'm just so used to it being Small, but it was Owens with the shot that was sticked up and out of play. And now I got myself into trouble last time there was a clock issue during a power play here. Taking a look at the Goalie numbers: Lucas Swedin, 28, 12, and 0, a 1.853. Goals against average and an even 940. Save percentage for Sweeto. Now we have a long conversation while the Aberdeen crew tries to figure out the clock. Now they've put 66 seconds and another penalty for John Small for 6 seconds up. This might be a deep cut for those of you who have Arrested Development, an old show, but I think this guy got an alligator in spelling. 9:40 left to go here in period number 1. Toros shorthanded for 6 more seconds, leading 1-0. Wings control the draw. Behind their own net, they'll swing it to the near side, and John Small released from hockey jail. Puck poked free. Mindorf hands to Spencer. Spencer, a nifty move, finds Small on the far side. Small into the zone. Gives to Mahler, right back to Small. Shot from a tough angle. Save. Rebound loose. Flem pokes at it, but can't find it. Dangerous pinch. Both team men were below the tops of the circles. Wings can't take advantage as Samitis just fell down. Tishkovich pressuring. Puck freed up behind the net. Fleming with help from Small. Small finds Spencer on the near side glass. Into the middle for Mahler. Mahler finds Mindorf. Mindorf looking to retreat from pressure. Finds space and then got his hand chopped. That led to a takeaway. No call on it. Pretty clear slash, but either way, Taven James plays behind the Toro net for Jordan Gibbs. Gibbs looking up ice, finds Noah Gibbs, unfortunately for me. 2 James and 2 Gibbs. Fortunately, only one of the Jameses is on the ice. Far side, Wings controlling their own zone. Moxham handed it down the wall. Wings trying to find their way into the Toro zone. They do, apparently onside. Moxham throws it off the outside of the cage. Backel can't find the rebound, but it's kept by Comfort at the point. Swept to the near point in Briggs-Orr, who fumbles it out to neutral. Swept into the Toro zone. Out of his net to stop it is Sweeto. Taven James gives to Noah Gibbs on the near side. Noah sends that one into the offensive zone, but the Wings are on it first and quickly are out to neutral. Thrown to the near side. Perreault steps up, pokes that puck free. Bouncing puck, pinballs around the blue line. Briggs-Orr hands ahead. It rolls deep into the Toro zone. Oh my God, take his microphone away. This is Perreault. Ramirez on the near side. Finds Jockums in the middle. Jockums gains the line. Jockums up top to the point. Throws it down low. I don't think he even needs the microphone. It's so quiet in this building. He could just tap on the desk and you'd hear it. Dumped in deep to the Toro zone. Many gray horses turned it over, but it caroms to the front. Shot glove save by Sweeto as he absolutely robs Bryce Johnson to keep it a 1-0 Toro lead. We hit the media timeout, but we'll keep it here. See if we can't get another look at that Sweeto save. Turned over right in front, and Swedin just quicker with the glove. 7:09 left to play in period number 1. Toros lead 1-0 here as we hit the media timeout. We'll get through some more check-ins. The Seversons. The Biggs family from Orland Park. Of course, the Biggs family, John Small's grandparents, which never ceases to entertain me at least. As we take a look at the Toros point leaders, Ian Spencer, 70 points, just 1 point away from tying Hunter Longy for the most points in the regular season by a Toro. Ohannes and Yohala, Batten and Small, all over 50 points on the season, round out the top 5 scorers for the men from the Magic City. The Tims and Conrays are watching Woogie in Fargo, taking on the Force with the Tri-City Storm. Jacob Schmidt tuning in. The Lawrences are in Minot. Smallzy's family is in Orland Park. Charles Wilborn says Middendorf is so entertaining. I agree. That's certainly a trade win for Cody Campbell. Edward's grandparents tuned in from Toronto. Kim Nelson's in Minot. Tiffany Russell wants to know how I got in trouble. I assume we're talking about the clock operators here in Aberdeen. Let's just say I impugned the quality of the Aberdeen public school system as I was watching them try to do math. This is Fleming. Fleming looks across, finds Ohannesson into the zone. Long shot. See, I can say impugned because I don't have to worry about someone from Aberdeen knowing. Anyways, this is carried in, backhand try goes wide. Wings working out of the corner on a cycle shot, save made by Swedes. His net came loose, he put it back on himself and now catches a bouncer with the glove, looking like a shortstop as he picked that one up. Palindrome on the clock, 6:36 left to play in period number 1. Shots 11-6 in favor of the Wings. More fans checking in on Minot. Nancy Spencer watching with Uncle John, Dixie, Zoe, Genevieve, and Raina in New Lenox. Betsy Patterson watching on NAHL TV in Sacramento, California. Sally B. And the Chicago Crew, the Alexander girls, checking in from home in Minot. We've got an equipment issue for Lucas Swedin. Former goaltender Cody Campbell jumping in to help in with the equipment repair for Swedo. Take a look at our Mosquito Joe pest of the game. It is the Aberdeen Wings leading point scorer and leading penalty minute man Leo Bulgakov. 46 points, leads the Wings 50-something games into the season. Has 113 penalty minutes also. Leads them. Paul and Susan Zielikowski listening in Guymon, Oklahoma. Reminder, Toro fans, we are 1 week away from the final home game of the regular season. And who better to face off against Toros and Bobcats? The best rivalry in the North American Hockey League. It would take the Mallards sweeping the Bobcats for the Toros to have a chance to pass the Bobcats next weekend. So I think I would bet just about everything I have on that not happening. So Toros probably won't be able to catch the Bobcats, but that's why you play the games. This is quite the delay as Swedo's getting worked on. Officials over to chat. Meanwhile, we've got a palindrome on the clock. 6:36 to play here in period number 1. And of course, we did have a shot of Ian Spencer, who is heating up. Had 2 goals against the Austin Bruins last Saturday. There he is. And Swedo appears ready to play. Maybe not. He's heading to the bench, to the locker room. Will Mazenko is going to be forced into this game while Swedo goes for equipment repairs. This could be a big moment. Defensive zone draw for the Toros. Can we have Lauren go get the story on that? Can we have Lauren go get the story on that? So Mazenko comes in cold. 6:36 to play here in period. And number 1, Toros lead 1-0. Mazenko swats that one away. It was headed wide anyways. Kept to the point by Comfort. Dumped down low. Wings control, far side. Zamaitis spins away from Tui, walks in, cuts across. What a save by Mazenko. His net came free anyway, but Mazenko with the scorpion kick with the left leg. Are you kidding me with that? Talk about coming in cold. we've got another look. Kobe Brault, as always, killing it on the ones and twos as now Mazenko starts to stretch out. Kid came in cold and has maybe the save of the year, at least the month. My goodness. Small on the draw. Wins it back. Mazenko plays it. Toros control behind their net. It's Ian Spencer. Spencer leaves off far side. Mindorf. Mindorf across for Small. Poked away from Small. Toros still controls. They're forced backwards. Jordan Gibbs up the near side for Small. Small lost it. And it's punched deep into the near side by Zamitis. John Small looks across far side. Mindorf. Mindorf gets through Pitters, then throws one on net. That's Shashade to the near side glass. Long toss ahead. Will roll on net. Poke to the corner. Next whistle will bring Lauren in. She's got the story for us. This is Spencer. Tosses ahead for Mindorf. Mindorf dumps it on net. It'll be played by Cunningham. Near side. Actually, while the puck's in play, we'll just go ahead and bring Lauren in.
Hey guys, so Sweeto, you just saw him leave the ice. I went down to talk to our athletic trainer, Meg, and she said that something within his lace broke on his skate, but that he is okay. There was no injury. He will be back. It's just an equipment issue.
So a skate lace breaks. He has to go relace the skate. Good work by Lauren. John Kowitz reminds us that Cody Campbell still needs to prove he has his goalie pads. That is a good callback to last year, I believe. Or was it earlier this year? It was last year. Gerald Morgan and Danielle tuned in. Krista Corey bummed the Toros have just one home game left. That's just one regular season game. Toros hoping to be hosting at least 2 playoff games. Long shot, that's blocked up out of play. Dates still pending, depending on how the seeding plays out. Toros control their own destiny, win the Final Four, and they will be the 2 seed. Really, we just have to match what Austin does. The Toros have the tiebreaker, but if Austin were to manage to get more points than the Toros over these 4, which they have the North Iowa Bulls this weekend in a home and home, and then I believe the Mallards in a home and home, so not exactly a difficult schedule down the stretch. Toros control, that went up and off the front of the suites, so we get another whistle, 4:36, and here comes Lucas Swedin, and he is going to retake his place in the blue paint, but if the Toros hold on to win this one, don't forget that scorpion kick save Will Mazenko made, coming in cold. That was a grade A scoring chance. And Miz shut it down. They wave off icing for reasons. So now Madison Kroll and Adam Mahler come into the corner. They both fall down, jamming it on the near side. Lillesund and Taven James. Many gray horses couldn't hold on. Toros Noah Gibbs jams out to neutral. They continue to pinball down the wall. Eventually Taven James looks in the middle for a shot that's gloved and held by Cunningham. 4:09 left in period number 1. Toros still up by 1. Kay Ladoche and Sam Walter checking in from here at the Odie. I thought I saw some creaming Cardinal in the stands. And Larry and the rest of the Kings are tuned in from Minot. Toros on the draw in the offensive zone near side. But the Wings control. Bulgakov tries to throw it ahead. It's blocked off by Sabulis. Puck squirts the slot. Comfort gathers there. Banks ahead out to neutral. Jordan Gibbs broke it up, and now Sabulis digs it out of the skates. Sabulis couldn't get free, and the puck turned over. Bulgakov, the best of the game, leaves to the far side. Big collision in the near corner. Bryce Johnson with Tui. Puck squirts to the middle, picked off by Ramirez. 3-on-2 if the Toros hurry. Ramirez looks off far side. Sabulis into the zone, banks it deep. Ramirez after it, behind the net. Help from Edwards. Edwards gives it back to Ramirez. Ramirez out from behind, banks back to the point. Jordan Gibbs, long shot. Save made, rebound, pinballs to the far side wall. Chopped ahead, Bulgakov finds it in neutral. Forced to turn by pressure from Tui, and the rest of his mates having gone for a change. So he drops it back deep into his zone. Toros pressuring. Ohannesson gets away with a hook and takes it away. But couldn't hold on. Gavin Reed finds it, looks up the far side for Tishkovich. Tishkovich working on Perreault, hits the brakes, and then carries back towards the blue line. The handoff broken up by Ohannesson. Chipped down low. Zemaitis watched by Jordan Gibbs, who takes it away and flips it out to neutral, but it caught someone on the Toro bench, which will bring the draw back into the Toros zone. 2:47 left to play in the first. Toros lead 1-0 on Gavin Mindorf's goal early in this one. His 33rd of the season, 23 of which, make that 24 of which have come in cream and cardinal. Toros controlling their own zone. This is Owens as we 2:40 to play here in period number one. Toros controlling the offensive zone. Uhala looks up for Ty James. James back to Uhala. Long shot. He was looking for a tip on the backside by Owens. Didn't get it. Thrown on net by Perreault. Jammed at in front. Doesn't go. Ohannesson was chopped down in that scrum. Not thrilled with the lack of calls. He gets to his feet. Mocks him. Carries into the zone but lost the puck as he tried to hit the brakes. Ty James pins him to the boards. Puck jammed in behind the net. Briggs Orr, the defenseman, down low. Throws to the near side. Coming off the wall with it now is Winkler. Winkler looks up for Moxham. Shot, it's in. Moxham pulls the Wings even. Well, we'll get another look at that. Toros bench. As we get another look, how Moxham gets open. Toros control off the draw. Spencer looks to the middle, it's broken up. Dumped in. Off the linesman, bounces right to the Wings, taken away by Spencer though. Wings take it right back. Far side poked free by Mahler. Spencer finds it, jams ahead for Mindorf. Mindorf lost it in the snow in front of the Wings bench, but Mahler there in support, only to have his pocket picked. And the puck sent down the ice for icing. Whistle goes. And then Cole took a little extra shot at John Small. Although I'm not going to lie, I think Small may have been milking it for the call. It is still, with the exception of the stereo system that's set about 2 ticks too high, quiet in this building. Someone should let the Wings fans know they scored. Shots 14-11 in favor of the Wings. 1:24 to play here in period number one. Toros control the draw up top. Jordan Gibbs looking for a lane. His shot's blocked, and it caroms up and out of play. But the blocked shot bouncing up over the glass will allow the Wings to get a change off the Minot's finest collision center icing. Laura Schneiberbruns, and I assume the rest of the Schneiberbruns crew tuned in from the Magic City. Yohala with Ohannesson in the shooting hole for a draw in the offensive zone. Far side, Yohala laying on the ice. Can't find the handle, and the Wings take it away. Rolled on net, Sweeto will cover as pressure arrives. 63 seconds left to go here in period number 1. Defensive zone draw for the Toros. Small line out against Lillison. Bouncing puck into the slot, batted into the net. And the Wings lead 2-1. That was one of the flukier goals I've seen in a while. Well, since Gavin Mindorf scored to open this game. Good swat by Cole as that puck popped up high in the air. We're just under a minute to play here in period number 1. Final minute of play. Brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. Jordan Gibbs back on it. Toros control. Yohala into the zone. And behind the net, big collision. Kept at the point by Tui. Throws down low. Behind the net, it squirts to the slot. Bulgakov finds it. In Owens, backhand try, saved by Cunningham, and the whistle goes. .8 left to play in the first. As we get another look at the chance for Owens. Oh, this is another look at the goal. Here's another look from the overhead as well. Good hand-eye by Madsen Cole. Far side, Taven James forced into the corner. Final 10 seconds. Toros trying to dig it out and get one to the front before the horn. 5 seconds. Pass to Gibbs is broken up by Briggs-Orr. The Wings will pin this along the boards. And the horn will sound to end the period. 20 minutes in the books. And the Wings will take a 2-1 lead into the locker room. We will send you out to commercial break. When we come back, Lauren Hill, I assume we'll have Gavin Mindorf. We'll find out for sure after these messages on the Minotauros Network.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
Welcome back into the Odie Ice Center. Lauren Hill is ice level.
Maybe.
All right, thank you, Ken. So I'm here with Gavin Minotauros. You scored our first goal of the night, your 33rd of the season. I know you can't see the play, but can you walk us through that play?
Yeah, I mean, I just got it down low. I heard Spence calling for it, threw it in the middle, and got lucky enough to go off the goalie and in.
All right, and we are in Aberdeen tonight and tomorrow. What do we need to be able to do tonight to win this game and hopefully go home back to Minot with 4 points?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to start playing with some effort. I think we're lazy right now. We're not playing the way we should be, and we're going to come out in this period and do it.
All right, thank you, Gavin. Back to you, Ken.
That was Lauren Hill with Gavin Mindorf. Toros clearly not happy with the effort. 15 shots on goal allowed that period to the Aberdeen Wings. Toros did get 12 of their own. Each team had a power play. We'll run you through all the math after another commercial break here on the Minotauros Network.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
If RPMs raise your BPMs, if the open road is an open invitation, then get up and go. Go turn some heads. Go turn a wrench. Go windows down. Go volume up. Go in. Go out. Go off. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
Circle Sanitation is a locally owned family business providing quality waste hauling services since 1980. We provide service to residential and commercial customers, as well as roll-off service for large projects and construction sites. We are dedicated to providing excellent service at competitive prices without deceptive contracts or hidden fees. For more on what Circle Sanitation can do for you, call us or visit circlesanitation.com.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings. Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances core body strength.
No, it's a motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
I'm Lucas Sudin, and you're watching Minotauros Hockey at NAHLTV.com.
Welcome into the Four Bears Casino and Lodge Intermission Report. I'm Ken Oda, live in Aberdeen, South Dakota. first intermission here in the Odie Ice Center, and the Aberdeen Wings have a 2-1 lead on the Toros. Let's take a look back at how we got here. It was the Toros striking first. Gavin Mindorf, his 33rd of the season, 24th as a Toro. He picked it up at the blue line with help from Fleming. Tried to throw it in front, and it went in off the goaltender, I believe. And that gave the Toros a 1-0 lead. Then it was Will Mazenko coming in while Lucas Swedin had to go to the locker room to get a new skate lace after he had a lace break. The referees wouldn't hold the game. Miz had to come in and then made this unbelievable scorpion kick save to keep it 1-0 Toros. But eventually, Swedin would get his skates relaced and come in. Here's the goal that tied it. Moxham his 20th of the year. But Ohannesson had his stick chopped out of his hands, and that kept him from being able to defend as Moxham now comes crashing down. Moxham able to score. It was Luke Backel who chopped the stick out of Ohannesson's hands in front of the net, and then off of a face-off, a weird fluky play, Madsen Cull goes to the front of the net and manages to swat one in baseball style. Opening day at Wrigley was today. Maybe he drew some inspiration from that. Either way, it's 2-1 in favor of the Wings through 20 minutes. Let's update you on the Forebears over-unders. Toros first period goals, that obviously went over the 0.5. Total Wings second period penalties, well, that number is 2.5. Toros would love to see that go over. And overtime minutes played is set at 2.5. Kobe, you have the McDonald's Toros trivia question. We can throw that back up on the screen. Fans, pull out your mobile phone. You can play along throughout the evening. Toros' last two games against the Wings have seen hat tricks. First, it was Cade Moxham for the Wings on the Friday night, followed by Jack Ohannesson, including the OT game winner on Saturday. So the question tonight, who was the first Toro to have a hat trick against the Aberdeen Wings, as I put Kobe on the spot? Your options were Chase LaPinta, Reed Stephenson, Keenan Lund, or Zach Bross. Live voting in right now. 37.5% of you think it was Chase LaPinta. 31.3% of you went with Keenan Lund. As now we'll get the McDonald's Toros trivia question on the screen. So again, we'll run through what fans are currently thinking. Chase LaPinta's at 37.5. Reed Stephenson at 14.6. Keenan Lund at 31.3% of the current guesses, and Zach Bross 16.7%. Fans, jump in the Toros Hockey mobile app. Get a chance to win a free lunch from our friends at Dakota Drive McDonald's with your guess there. Let's take a look at out-of-town scores, and we'll bring Kobe Brault in for this as well. We can talk about what these all mean throughout the league. We'll start out east. Elmira falls hard to Northeast, 8-2. In a game with a couple of teams that are definitely on the outside looking in on the playoff picture. Danbury, a 4-0 lead on Philadelphia in the third period there. Our old friends, the Maryland Black Bears, a 4-0 lead on Johnstown. New Hampshire and Maine. Maine with a 3-0 lead at home in the second there. Yeah, we had a good call with Maine last year. A good, yeah. Rochester, a 6-0 lead on New Jersey in the second. Yikes. Now we get a Central Division score, St. Cloud and Watertown, in a game that St. Cloud needs desperately. Well, and also you think about that one, Aberdeen has Watertown next weekend. St. Cloud has the Mallards, but a tie doesn't help St. Cloud. They need to pass Aberdeen. They're already 4 points back, so they need our help. Because if they don't get help from the Shamrocks with wins of their own this weekend, they're probably not going to get help from the Shamrocks next weekend either. Midwest Division play, Wisconsin and Springfield hit the first break scoreless. Back to the Central at the Mason City Arena. Austin and North Iowa, they're scoreless in period number 2. Toros would love to see the Bulls throw an upset there, as of course that would give the Toros some breathing room. Of course, well, and also the Toros not in a great position after one period here, so if you can get some help from North Iowa, it relieves some of that pressure. Shreveport a 1-0 lead on Corpus. That is about to start period number 2. First intermission in Amarillo. The Wranglers a 1-0 lead on Oklahoma. Bismarck has just taken a 1-0 lead into the locker room against the Mallards. Both teams 0 for 2 on the power play there. Shots 14-8. We wouldn't hate that either, although again, 1 point missed or by the Toros or 1 point earned by the Bobcats, and it is pretty much over for the Central Division regular season crown. More South Division action. Colorado up 4-1 on the road in Odessa. Janesville 1-0 on the Wilderness. That's after 1. El Paso and Lone Star scoreless after 1. And out on the last frontier, Chippewa visits Fairbanks. Anchorage takes on Kenai. Kobe, a tough start to this one for the, well, actually a good start for the Toros. But the Wings come back late with a couple of late goals. You mentioned it in my ear. It didn't go out over the air, but we've both been kind of stunned how quiet the Odie's been tonight, though. Yeah, I mean, great hand-eye coordination. Also just a fluky play for the face-off to bounce to the slot like that. Neither team controlled it. It wasn't a pass to the middle. The puck just pinballed, and next thing you know, Madsen Cole was right spot, right time, and able to tap it home. And this is a rare time where I'm going to have to let you be the expert on this one, Kobe. I was out most of the week thanks to some allergy shots and 30 injections in 6 hours on Monday. Pretty much knocked me on my backside for most of the week. But I know we're planning Fan Appreciation Night on the 11th. What have you guys in the office been kicking around while I was laying in bed trying not to sneeze? certainly not going to promise that anything in the comments, something like, everyone gets a car is not going to happen. We're not the Oprah of the hockey world, but anything within reason. People apparently aren't hearing Kobe. There we go. That's because I had the wrong one unmuted. So, yeah, they didn't hear you.
The whole time? Wow.
The whole time, yeah.
Unreal. All right.
But
yeah.
Kobe says they've got a giveaway from the Ugly Box.
The Ugly Box, yes, sir. And then we were talking about some beer discounts as well for Fan Appreciation Night on April 11th. What I was saying there, Ken, is go ahead, jump in the comments with some ideas. This is an idea sharing comment section, fans, in terms of what you want to see next Friday. No guarantees, like Ken said, we're not the Oprahs of the hockey world, but within reason, we may give it a shot. So anything you guys can think of, jump in the comments, let us know.
Yeah, we love our fans, and if there's something we can do to make everyone feel appreciated next Friday night as the Toros take on the Bobcats, let us know. We'll do our best, again, within reason. But that'll do it for the Four Bears Casino Lodge Intermission Report. We will kick it out to commercial when we come back. Drop the puck on period number 2. Toros and Wings here on the Minotauros Network.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings. Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances core body strength.
No, it's a motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hill.
And I'm Evan Epstein.
And we host Toros All Access every Monday through Thursday at 3 p.m. Central.
We cover everything you need to know about the Minotauros, previewing upcoming series, interviewing players and coaches, and breaking down game footage.
You can watch on Facebook or YouTube to keep up with the Minotauros.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
Nicotine can harm brain development, which continues to about age 25. Know the risks. Visit ecigarettes.surgeongeneral.gov to learn more. This message is brought to you by the 1st District Health Unit and the Minot Minotauros.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code HOCKEY100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
I'm Joshua Hamilton. You're watching Minotauros Hockey on NAHLTV.com.
Welcome back into the ODI Center in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Toros trail the Wings by a score 2-1, shots 15-12 in period number 1. Both teams 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Toros now working from left to right on your computer monitor, smart device, however you were tuned in to the Minotauros Network. We are glad to have you aboard here on a Friday night. The Millers are watching from home. Kim Bartel is in Bozeman. We have apparently a very large divot in the ice that the officials and Adam Mahler, Landon Fleming, and another Toro are over examining. It was Jack O'Hannison. But it seems like we're going to play on. Toros control the draw. Period 2 is underway. Poked deep by O'Hannison. Yohala after it. Plays the body in the corner. Wing falls on top of the puck. They continue to tie up Pitters and Yohala. Eventually it squirts free. O'Hannison fans on the one-timer, and the puck caroms out to neutral. Mahler tries to throw it deep. Caroms off Moxham and comes back to him. Mahler gets it back from Fleming in the middle of the ice. It's chopped off his stick by Pitters. Jammed ahead on the near side. Winkler can't hold on. Near side. Moxham fails to clear, but the Toros can't take it away in the middle of the ice. O'Hannison touches it in the zone, but a delayed offside forces the Toros to peel off. This is Winkler looking up the near side. Moxham lost it to Tui. Tui turns it up for Yohala. Yohala along the near side wall, gains the line, drops for O'Hannison. O'Hannison walks in, tip play, doesn't go. What a save by Cunningham. Wings ice the puck. Icings brought to you by our friends at Minot's finest collision center. But how about that save by Cunningham on the doorstep? Draw will be to Cunningham's right off the Minot's finest collision center icing. Small toss from the draw, so Spencer will step in against Lillison. Spencer wins it back. Mindorf looks to the near point. Tui looking for a lane. His shot's blocked. It comes to the side of the net. Spence couldn't find it. Comfort tripped Small down as he pursued. And now Spencer gets away with one going the other way. Mindorf carries behind the net. Gives to Small, looking in front for Spencer. Missed him, and now that starts the Wings the other way. Many Gray Horses leaves across for Cull. Cull didn't catch it. The Wings have to turn and chip it in. Mindorf turning off pressure. Stepped into on the near side. Taken back by Cull. Cull in, works wide on Jordan Gibbs. Shot stopped by Sweeto going side to side. Thrown in front. Puck pinballs had Swedes moving the wrong way, but fortunately it went wide. This is ahead for Noah Gibbs, but he couldn't find the handle. I've got $100 in bail money for anyone who comes and takes that man's microphone away. This is at the side of the net, Ty James. Chipped out to neutral. It gets through a wing, races on the other way. Taven James gets bear hugged by Briggs Orr. Cleanly, it would seem. No, not cleanly. Arm is up. And they're going to take Briggs Orr for the hold. Toros to the First Western Bank and Trust power play. 17:27 left to go in period number 2. As we get another look at the replay. Perhaps, there we go. Yohala, Spencer, O'Hannison, Mindorf, and Mahler. Mindorf taking Batten's spot. Actually, it's Spencer taking Batten's spot, shifting from the point down to the wing, and Mindorf stepping up to the point as the Toros are down Batten for the weekend. This is Mahler, leaves the near side, Yohala. Yohala at the hash marks on the near side, plays up top, Mahler. Mahler Looks for Mindorf. Mindorf carries the middle, then gives back to Mahler. Mahler drops down low. Spence rings it around to the far side. Ohannesson. Ohannesson up top for Mindorf. Mindorf looking for a lane, then gives to Ohannesson. Ohannesson drops down low for Spencer. Spencer looking across, finds Yohala. Shot goes wide. Good puck movement for the Toros, but Yohala put the puck into the corner. Yohala comes to the near side, now toss across, finds Spencer into the zone. Spencer dumped by Nick Comfort. Toros unable to hold it at the line was Mahler. Quick up by Sweeto, finds Mindorf. Looking backside for Spencer, the pass was long. Yohala hammers it around to the near side, no one at the point for the Toros. Mahler will retreat and retrieve. 55 ticks left to talk. On the First Western Bank and Trust power play, good feet ahead finds Small into the zone. Small couldn't find Mindorf, and now Bulgakov looks to challenge shorthanded. Good defensive play by Jordan Gibbs. And now Small looking to dig it out as Gibbs pins Bulgakov along the wall. 35 seconds of First Western Bank and Trust power play time for the Toros as they start up ice. Toss back to the near side, finds Jordan Gibbs, and he'll ring it. Around to the far side where Small is met. Noah Gibbs can't find the handle either. Thrown to the near side, it gets by. Jordan Gibbs at the point. And once again, the Toros will retreat and retrieve. Jordan Gibbs behind his own net. 10 seconds left on the First Western Bank and Trust power play as he gives to Tui. Tui gains the line. Dumps it deep. It'll ride the kick plate to the far side. Wings cut it off. It was Comfort. Wings come full strength. Dug out and run around to the near side. They find Briggs Orr out of the box. Orr through neutral. Gains the blue line. Cuts to the middle. Has it chopped off his stick, and now looking to turn is Braden Jockums. Jockums couldn't quite settle it down, but eventually Jordan Gibbs finds it and gains the line. Jordan Gibbs. The shot save made. Rebound to the far wall. Noah Gibbs throws down for Edwards, who gloves down with the stick, but gets pinned by Gavin Reed. Tishkovich out of his own zone, carries over the red and the blue on the near side wall. Pushed by Mahler. He'll be forced in behind the net. Tishkovich looks to the middle. Cleaned up nicely by Sabulis. Sabulis has his stick lifted, though, and turns it over. Wings still hold the zone. Thrown in the middle. Pass goes wide of Many Gray Horses. Wings still control. Many Gray Horses. Shot from a tight angle. Fought off by Swedes. Up top. Mugas gives to the far side for a shot for call. That goes well wide. Rebound to the near side. Delayed call coming. It's against the Wings as Sabulis had his stick chopped out of his hands by Lillison, and the Toros go right back to the First Western Bank and Trust power play. .17 left to go here in period number one. Toros sure would have liked that slashing call to come late in the first period when they were left with a stickless defender. Third power play opportunity of the game for the Toros. Second of the period, which for those of you who play Four Bears over under is certainly impactful. Spencer digs it out of the draw and banks it back to the point. Mindorf comes near side. Yohala given space, then gives up top for Mahler. Mahler back to Yohala. One-timer goes wide. Rebound to the far side. Mindorf for Ohannesson on the far side half. Carries up to the blue line. Gives to Mahler. Right back to Ohannesson, top of the circle. Ohannesson drops it down low. Spencer looking to feed it in front. Got through all the way to Yohala, and now the whistle goes as the Aberdeen net came off, and Ian Spencer quickly over to help replace it. Turns to Cunningham and says, "I got you." Toros have had a lot of good players over the years, and as Ian Spencer looks to put up the most points by any Toro in a season, whether he finishes with the most points or not, I tell you, I don't know that anyone's had more fun being a Toro than Ian Spencer. Ohannesson, quick shot off the draw, stopped by Cunningham, rebound. Cleared all the way down. Adam Mahler takes from Swedes behind the Toro net. Yohala drops it back for Spencer. Spencer serpentines through neutral, gains the line. Lost the handle on the far side. It comes back to him. He looks up top for Mahler. Mahler looking for Ohannesson, and it's chopped the other way. Swedes out of his net, plays to the near side, and Mahler. Mahler up ice for Ohannesson. Ohannesson tried to get by, got tripped down. And now they've got Tishkovich out behind the defense, but they missed him with the pass. And Swedes guides it to the near side. 49 seconds left on the man advantage. Tishkovich takes it away. Good stick by Spencer, frees it up. Mindorf takes over. Mindorf with speed. Gives to Ohannesson. Ohannesson will ring it. Briggs Orr can't get there in time on the far side. Drop down low for Mindorf. Back to Yohala on the half wall. Up top for Tui. Tui back to Yohala. Yohala looking in the middle. He wanted Spencer. The pass was off the mark. Spence swats it behind the net. Briggs Orr takes over there. Throws it to the near side. Tui with a good keep. Looks across Yohala. Yohala given space. Shot gloved and held by Cunningham. Just 15 ticks left to talk on the power play for the Toros. Good pressure from the Toros. Much better this power play than the last. The two power plays have allowed the Toros to flip the shot advantage. Now 18-17 in favor of the Toros, but they still trail 2-1. Taven James on the draw for the Toros, flanked by Noah Gibbs and Braden Jacquems. Jordan Gibbs and Connor Tui work the points. Tui near point, shot blocked. Poke to the near wall. Backel finds it first. He'll carry ahead. That'll do it for the Toros power play. Wings come full strength in 2. Jordan Gibbs takes it away behind the net. Hands off side, far side for Noah Gibbs. Noah Gibbs given space and then banks ahead for Jacquems. Jacquems wins the race, so no icing. Far side, Wings control, however. Backel looks to the middle for Lillesund. Lillesund will just chip it deep. Out of his net to stop it is Swedes. Noah Gibbs with a good spin through neutral. Finds Taven James looking to the middle for Jacquems. It was cut off. James pokes it free, but Backel takes it away. Flips out to neutral where Ty James can't keep it away from Moxham, hands to Pitters. Pitters into the zone, trying to get away from Perot. Tries a shot that misses high and wide to the near side. Sabulis turns up ice. Taven James lost it. It pinballs to Perot. Perot ahead for Taven James. Dumps it on net. Cunningham steers it to the near corner. Edwards played it down the wall. This is eventually Ramirez, who's pinned there. Sabulis steps in to help. Ramirez working towards the middle, hauled down by Winkler. Toros aren't going to get their third power play of the first 9 minutes of this period. Near side, Winkler lost it to Ramirez, trying to get in front. Shot, what a save by Cunningham as the Toros work that puck to open space in front of the Wings goaltender. Damon Cunningham just beats him right now. Shots now 19-17 in favor of the men from the Magic City. Offensive zone draw. Feels like this entire period's been played at this end of the ice. They're going to toss Yohala. So Chuck Owens steps in. Nose to nose with Lillesund. Lillesund wins it back. Along to the near side, Mahler and Cull. Cull able to chip it over Mahler's head, but Mahler takes it back in neutral. Then drops it back Ohannesson across for Fleming sends it down. This goes for an icing. Icing is brought to you by our friends at Minot's Finest Collision Center. 634 seconds left to go here in period number 2. Toros still trail by 1. Puck to the near side. Wings control in the offensive zone. Lillesund hit hard behind the net. Toros play to the far side. Owens swats it out to neutral, but Comfort gloves down to the stick. He'll dump it in deep. Adam Mahler jams it along the boards, but it took a carom and went behind the Toro net. Toros take over there. Long toss ahead. O'Hannesson catches a carom off the wall. Hits the brakes, lets him fly on by. Plays back to Adam Mahler for a long shot. Save mid. Rebound given. It's poked off Chuck Owens' stick as he tried to cut across the front of the net. Gavin Reed rolls this down the ice. Won't go far enough for icing. And what a stop. That one was by Fleming, who went down. Many gray horses couldn't get one by Swedes or Fleming, who sold out to block it. Let's take another look. A turnover. Mahler put it right on the tape of Many Gray Horses, but Fleming just helped out Swedes and did well not to actually cover that puck, as that would have been a penalty. And then crashing into the net was Adam Mahler. That's why the Toros won't be allowed to change. When you take your own net off in the defensive zone, it's treated as an icing. We're more than halfway home in this one. In fact, 12 seconds from the midpoint, 9:48 left to play as that puck was dropped in the Toros zone. Jam play at the side of the net doesn't go. Puck pinballs to the near corner for the Wings. Their first real pressure of the period coming off that turnover. Far corner. Players pin along the wall. Then it's turned over. Good takeaway. And it's fed up ice. Mindorf working into the zone, trying to cut to the middle. Gets dumped down. Goes sliding into the net. Didn't touch Cunningham. So it'll be an offensive zone draw. Media timeout. I don't know that that warranted a penalty. I think Mindorf more lost an edge as we get another look. I thought it was a strong defensive play. Maybe a swat at the legs, but a one-handed swat like that I don't think deserved much of a call. Mindorf went sliding into the net, leading to a whistle. They're going to put the draw in neutral right in front of the Toro bench. As we take a look at the team leaders across the Central Division. Lorenza, 81 points. He had a 19-game point streak early in the season. It actually ended in Minot the night before Christmas break. That's a league record, at least as far as I can tell. Topping an 18-game point streak by a Fairbanks Ice Dog in the 14-15 season. Ian Spencer's 70, second best in the division. This goes down the ice. Wings control. Winkler, long shot. Redirected by traffic, and the rebound carries out to neutral. Spence with a good stick, gets help from Mindorf. Mindorf gives back to Spencer. Spencer forced to turn by pressure, and it's swept off his stick out to neutral. Spence takes back over there. Spence drops it back. Clark finds room on the far side and then just chops it deep. Looks to chase it down himself. Winkler gets there first. Pressured, throws it up the near side. It does get out to neutral, and Jordan Gibbs. Gibbs dumps it, delayed offside, so the Toros have to drop back. That allows Anderson to start up the ice. He hits the red line and dumps it deep into the Toro zone. Perot's back on it. Poked off his stick. They've got a man going to the front, no lane to get it there. Good defense by the Toros. The puck thrown out to neutral. Dumped right back in by Tishkovich. Ty James to the far side. Tishkovich trying to take it away on the far wall. Good stick. Small frees it up for Spence. Ahead for Mindorf on the near side. Mindorf gains the line and then leaves for Ty James. Ty James tries a shot. It's blocked. Karam's in behind the net. Picked up there by Taven James. He looks across. Pass tipped up in the air. And then Comfort pins Jockums to the boards. Taven James guides it back to the point, but it's cut off by Zemeckis. He hands to Tishkovich. Tishkovich looking to split the Toros' defense. Ty James with a good recovery pokes it into the corner. Thrown across, pass was tipped up in the air, glove down to the stick by Zemeckis. He was looking backside. Tip never materialized. Now a redirect out front, finds the high glass, comes to the near side, poked out to neutral. Braden Jochim's trying to chase it down. Comfort forced back behind his net. Leaves on the near side. Noah Gibbs forcing the wings back. Aggressive forecheck from the Toros. Can they free it up? Play to the far corner, Comfort. Chips ahead, Pitters, hands off. Zemeckis far side, plays to the middle. Pitters walks in, wires, save made by Swedin. Far side. Poked at. Can anyone set it down? Toros eventually just throw it out to neutral. Gavin Reed takes over at his own blue line. 6:50 to play in period number 2. Shots 20-19 in favor of the Toros, meaning the Toros have allowed just 5 this period. Long toss ahead. They wave off icing. Sabulis pressuring. Reed heard footsteps and pulled up, but help came from teammates. Pitters trying to work ahead. Briggs-Orr finds it. His dump in hits Tui. He's able to gain control. Tui looks across. Fleming drops it back for Tui. Finds Ramirez, far side. Ramirez forced wide, tries to put it back in front. It didn't find Sabulis. Clever play by Ramirez. Sabulis just wasn't where he thought he was. Chipped into the zone on the near side, thrown right back out by Orr, dumped in by Ohannesson. Trying to think back to what year Briggs-Orr was a Toro. I imagine he played with Ohannesson and Mahler. So this is touched into the zone for Owens. Ian Spencer saw action as an AP player that year, but it would have been later in the season after Briggs-Orr was already gone. This one sent down the ice by Briggs-Orr. It will go for a Minot's finest collision center icing. 5:28 left to play in period number 2. Shots 20-19 in favor of the Toros. Tanya Shaw-Canaro wants to see the Toro player cards again. I don't know that we can get those done in a week, but that is something on the table for next year. David Ramirez and the Ramirez crew checking in from Pittsburgh. Quick shot off the draw. Doesn't go. Cunningham. So far, the only player to put a puck behind him is himself. This one rolls deep. Clark hammers it around to the far side. Toros try to touch off the wall, but it doesn't connect with Ty James. Cull working in the corner, plays back to the point. And Mugas couldn't find it. Toros start the other way. Ohannesson wide in the zone, tries a shot. It's soaked up by Cunningham. The Nessbergs are aboard from Faribault, Minnesota. Always good to hear from Toro alum families. Happy to see they stay along and keep an eye on us. We certainly keep an eye on their sons as they continue their careers. 50-50 draw. Ohannesson trying to jam it towards the net. He can't do so. Yohala guides it back to the point. Ty James to the middle. Clark tries a shot. It finds glass. Pinballs to the near side. It'll come back to Ty James. James just dumps it down low. Yohala throws it in front. He wanted Owens. It never got through. Good defense by Weiss. Far side. Chipped ahead for Bulgakov. Bulgakov tries the near side. Pass was behind the intended target and swept in to the Toro zone. Swedes out of his net. Almost turned over in front. Dangerous play by Clark. Skating that puck through the Toro crease with Swedes still behind the net. Winkler looking up ice. He finds Weiss. Weiss can't get into the zone. They're going to call it a knee on Ty James, and he will head to hockey jail. .4:11 left to go here in period number 2. Toros will spend the next 2 minutes shorthanded, barring further harm on the scoreboard or farther harm that requires a punishment to a wing. Toros to the Papa John's PK. That puck gets by. Ian Spencer able to pick it up in neutral. Spence wires, save made. No rebound given by Cunningham. Spencer was charging hard. .401 left to go here in period number 2. 9 seconds killed off. Toros have 8 shorthanded goals on the season. Ranked 7th in the league. Kobe Brault just asked me a question as if that was a Toro record or not. And I'll be honest, I don't know, but I've got to think it's certainly top 2, yeah. I'm trying to think of other shorthanded years. The Toros were dangerous down a man. This looks across. Winkler shot it wide, and it ends up out of play. Or did it go off the blocker? Apparently, they're saying it went off the blocker. Several fans jumping in. It was 2 years ago. Briggs Orr started in 22-23 with the Toros. Palindrome on the clock. 3:43 left to play here in period number 2. 93 ticks left to talk on the Papa John's PK. Wings control. Look to set up their power play. Cole drops it down low, quickly in front. Pass off the mark. It was intended for Backel. Wings have to reset. Long shot. That's blocked by traffic, and Fleming can't clear. Good play by Backel. Cole along the blue line gets it back. The pass takes him out to neutral. It was Winkler who was unable to hold the line. Puck lays free in the Toro zone. Cole, there was one on net. Bouncing puck, fought off by Sweeto. It was Moxham who was at the front with it. This is Winkler carrying down low. Good stick. Breaks up that pass, and now Spencer ahead for Small. Spence gets it back as Small couldn't find the handle, but eventually Backel, the wing captain, cleans it up on the back check. Winkler holds behind his net. 36 left on the PK for the Toros as this is up ice for Many Gray Horses. Many Gray Horses looks across. Shot blocked by Perreault. Karam's behind the net. Cole takes over there. Up top. Shot blocked wide. Ends up behind the net. Toros wing it to the near side. Wings take over there. Moxham walks off the wall, has it poked away, but Port comes with a shot that's over the net for Pitters. Reed keeps it at the blue line, looks across. Dangerously close to too many men, but the Wings get guys in the bench. Toros come full strength. Ty James released from hockey jail, and then he finds the puck on the near wall. Up ahead for O'Hannison. He feeds Owens. Owens rolls it deep. Owens maybe got away with a chop on Bulgakov, although I think Bulgakov tried to sell it with the referee standing right there, and that's why he didn't get the call. Yohala wins a battle behind the Toro net, starts the Toros up with speed. Yohala through neutral, gains the line, then hands off to Adam Mahler on the near side. Shot blocked, loose, jammed. And now the whistle goes, and now up and throwing punches is Cunningham. And you'd still have to pay the Wings fans to make noise. We almost had a goalie fight there. I've been to louder morgues. Draw to the right of Cunningham. As we get another look. Cunningham comes up throwing the blocker. .94 seconds left to go in period number 2. Shots 22-21 in favor of the Toros. But it's the Wings who lead by 1 and on the scoreboard. Puck poked to the near side. Mahler tries to throw it on net. It's blocked. Comes back to him the second try. Deflected up and out of play by Tishkovich. That keeps the draw in the offensive zone. Minute 25 left to go here in period number 2. Draw to the left of Cunningham. Noah Gibbs plays it back to the point, chopped down by Fleming. Toros try to retrieve it behind the net. Comfort up the wall for Tishkovich. Tishkovich hands to Zemaitis. Zemaitis gains the Toro line on the near side, rolls it towards the cage. Poked to the corner by Sweeto. Thrown in front, no one able to find the handle. Eventually it's to the far side half wall. Final minute of play of period number 2. Brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Equipment. Zemaitis eludes a Mahler hit, carries to the corner. Walled off by Taven James. Wings control again. Thrown up top. Comfort with a long shot. Save made by Swedes through traffic. 40 seconds left in the period. Puck rung to the far side. Hammered around to the near side. Toros trying to get out of their own zone. Turn it over. Tishkovich in front. And what a save by Swedes as he goes low to cover both ends of the net. Meanwhile, Braden Jochums hit hard on the near side. Puck rolled deep. Reed lost it to Jochums, but support came and freed it up. It was Anderson. Rolled back out to neutral. Deep into the Toro zone, just 4 seconds left. And Jordan Gibbs trying to kill it along the boards. He does. 40 minutes in the books. No scoring in the period, which means it remains 2-1 Aberdeen after 1. We will take a commercial break. When we come back, Lauren Hill will be ice level with someone.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Nicotine can harm brain development, which continues to about age 25. Know the risks. Visit ecigarettes.surgeongeneral.gov to learn more. This message is brought to you by the 1st District Health Unit and the Minot Minotauros.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids, fill with care.
Welcome back into the OD Ice Center. You've got the Four Bears Casino Lodge Intermission Report, but first, the Farmers Union Intermission interview. At ice level, Lauren Hill has Ty James.
All right, thank you, Ken. I'm here with Ty James. This is your 2nd season as a Toro. This is your 100th game as a Toro. How do you feel about that, as well as the fact that, how has Minot treated you the entire time and whatnot?
It's pretty awesome, 100 games in the null. Minot's been everything to me. I know, there's no better place. I hear guys that wish they could come here, so I'm just thankful to be able to play here every day. So,
congratulations, by the way. And to go back to tonight's game in Aberdeen, we are down 2-1. In your opinion, what do you think that we need to do to get out of here with a win tonight?
Obviously, stay out of blocks, myself included. Just a bad penalty. I think we need to just get pucks to the net, do the little things, and just work hard down low. So,
thank you, Ty. Back to you, Ken.
That was Lauren Hill with Ty James. We will send you out to commercial once again when we come back. The rest of the Four Bears Casino Lodge Intermission Report after these messages.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
I am Melissa Mack, and I do collections and loans at Aspire Credit Union.
My name is Amy Rasmussen, and I am the Member Experience Coordinator at Aspire Credit Union.
I think it's very important to give back to our community to show that we care. I think that we're very good at showing our members we care, and they see us out in the community.
What I like most about working at Aspire Credit Union, it is very family oriented. We feel like one big happy family, and Aspire knows that your family always comes first.
I'll always remember when I first started. I showed up to work and my whole office was decorated in Mexican theme because I was going to be going to Mexico. I remember just being so shocked and so honored that they did that for me. I just think that's really special that Aspire allows us to develop those relationships with our coworkers.
We do a lot of fun things. We have the best potlucks ever. Kind of brings us together, and everyone just kind of helps each other out.
Aspire to more.
At Northwest Tire, we have tires for everyone. Needs tires that are reliable and safe to get her family where they need to be. Needs a tire that's heavy duty for all of his off-roading adventures. Needs tires that can get him from point A to point B. No matter what you drive or your budget,
Northwest Tire keeps you rolling down the road.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The puck, the net, the crowd, the moment. A chance to make history. Just like that perfect play, we're here to help you win at your financial game. At Great River Federal Credit Union, we offer competitive rates and innovative technology designed to empower you to achieve your goals. Become a member of Great River and score a $100 bonus when you use promo code Hockey100. Visit greatriverfcu.org/Hockey100 for details and open your account. Member NCUA.
The Four Bears Casino Sportsbook has a new look. Enjoy Vegas-style betting in comfort. Play and qualify to win trips to Vikings or Raiders NFL games. Order a drink at the dedicated bar. Then kick back in a lounger and watch the full wall display. Feel the action all the way to the final moment and claim your winnings. Book it for private draft parties or game day too. Visit the remodeled Sportsbook at Four Bears Casino and Lodge, 4 miles west of Newtown.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Hey, I'm Yesewa. You're watching Minotauros hockey on NAHLTV.com.
Welcome back inside the Odie Ice Center. You've got the Four Bears Casino and Lodge intermission report. Toros trail by a score of 2-1. Let's see how we got there. All the scoring came in the first period. Gavin Mindorf, his 24th as a Toro. Help from Flem, who handed it off to him. He goes behind the net and then banks it in off the goaltender. We heard him during the first intermission say it was a pass intended for Spencer and just some good luck. Wings get some good luck the other way. First We'll see in the slot that Jack O'Hannison gets his stick right there flipped out of his hands. And as a result, he can't get out and defend against Cade Moxham, who fires a shot through traffic to tie this game at 1. And then off of a face-off, a bouncing puck pops up in midair and swatted to the back of the net by Madsen Call. Here's a look at the overhead as he bunts that one to the back of the cage to make it 2-1 Wings. Then in the second period, no scoring, but a good scoring chance that saw Fleming turn into a goalie off a turnover. Many Great Horses gets Swedes down, but then Flem able to play goaltender. In fact, between that one and the one in the first period by Mizanko, the two best saves of the night for Toros have not come from their goaltender who started. And Lucas Swedin, of course, Mizanko had to come in for about 2 minutes while Swedes got a new skate lace. Take a look at the update on the Four Bears over-unders. In the first period, Toros did have a goal, so that goes over. Total Wings second period penalties, 2.5. That goes under. Just 2 infractions for the Wings in the middle stanza. And total overtime minutes played, 2.5. That's still very much on the table in this 2-1 game. Let's take a look at the McDonald's Toros trivia questions, see if any of the numbers have changed a bit as we look at the fan guesses. Who was the first Toro to have a hat trick against the Aberdeen Wings? Chase LaPinta, the leader in the clubhouse. 40% of you think that it was Chase LaPinta. Reed Stephenson, 14%. Second or third choice, Keenan Lund, 30%. And 16% of you have chosen Zach Bross. We'll reveal the answer during the media timeout of the third period. Take a look at out-of-town scores. We'll bring Kobe in for that. We'll see if we actually can bring Kobe in this time.
Yeah, for real this time.
There we go. I think we're hearing you.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, Ken, we start up top.
Elmira falls hard Northeast, a 9-3 win. Nanberry 4-1 over Philadelphia. Maryland 5-1 over Johnstown, a couple of playoff teams there. Maine 3-2 over New Hampshire. That one's about to go final. Rochester 6-2 over New Jersey, nearing a final there. Third period just underway in Watertown. This is the first game that we really care about. They're even at aces between the Norsemen and the Shamrocks.
Same as us, Ken. No goals in the second there. Tied up 1-1.
Carter Sproul with the goal for Watertown. Tyler Wishart for the Norsemen. Midwest Division, Wisconsin and Springfield. They're also tied at 1. Austin has now taken a 2-1 lead. It was 1-1 at the second intermission, but just 45 seconds into the third, Gustav
he froze up on him, Ken. He was rebooting. No, honestly, you know,
Savatessen.
Yeah, the power plays and shots are pretty even over there. Still, obviously, the Bruins cashing in on a power play. I'm guessing that was that second goal. That was the power play goal. But, yeah, pretty tight across the board. Can't believe I'm saying this, but for 2 nights and 2 nights only, I'm rooting for the North Iowa Bulls.
Looking, I'm taking a closer look at that. It was the... No, not a power. The power play goal was the first one. It was the Lorenza goal for the Bruins that came on the power play. Down south, Corpus trailing Shreveport 3-0 at the second break. Second break in Amarillo. It's the Wranglers with a 4-0 lead on Oklahoma. Bizzo with a chance to clinch the division tonight, up 2-0 on the Mallards.
Starting to separate there, Ken. Pretty tight shots in the first period. But, I mean, Minnesota 0 for 4 on the power play, so you can't say that they haven't
They've
had their chances.
Had their chances for sure. Looking at the goals in that one, it looks like 7-08. Both even strength markers. But yeah, shots were 14-8 in the first, 12-7 in the second, bringing the game total 26-15.
Yeah,
15 in favor of the Bobcats. Down in Odessa, it's Colorado on the road with a 6-2 lead on Odessa.
And Ken, I hinted at it in the first intermission. Bit of audio difficulties there, but that is the NATV Game of the Week, Colorado and Odessa. There has been rumblings of a NATV Game of the Week next week featuring your Minot Minotauros. Nothing confirmed there yet, but it's looking like it's trending in that direction. Don't know if it'll be the Friday night matchup or the Saturday night, but for everyone listening on Facebook,
I wonder if that changes if the Bobcats lock up the division.
Yeah, true. There were a few there between. There's a couple really tight playoff races around the entire North American Hockey League.
Yeah.
But
6 teams make the playoffs down south. Colorado currently in 6th, but Odessa trying to chase them down. That's why that one was chosen. Colorado with 55 points, Odessa with 54. So the Grits, a chance to maybe get pretty close to locking up a playoff spot there.
that'd be their first in
tonight.
franchise history, correct, Ken?
It would be. Janesville, Minnesota, their deuces in the second break. Lone Star 4-1 on El Paso. That one also at the second break. And then out in Alaska later this evening, the Chippewa Steel visit the Fairbanks Ice Dogs, and the Anchorage Wolverines take on the Kenai River Brown Bears. Of course, here still 2-1 in favor of Aberdeen. Kobe, can you throw the standings up on the screen?
I sure can. If you
As
give
we
me
take a
1
look
second.
at the Central Division playoff picture.
Just gotta find the button. There it is.
Those little X's mean a team has clinched their playoff spot. Bismarck, 88 points, 7 points ahead of both Minot and Austin, which means even if all 3 win, there would only be 6 points left on the schedule with 3 games remaining for each team. So as long as Bismarck gets the win tonight, no matter what happens anywhere else, they will have clinched the Central Division regular season crown. Of course, Minot and Austin, Toros have 2 more wins, which is the tiebreaker, but first comes down to overall points. Both teams with 81 by virtue of those 5 extra time losses for Austin compared to just 1 for the Toros. That means the Toros just need to match Austin the rest of the way, and the Toros will open with home ice advantage. Importantly, those 2 teams, as we talk about Bismarck probably clinching the division tonight, Minot and Austin are on a collision course. The Aberdeen Wings cannot catch either of us.
Yep.
So the first round matchup looking more and more like it's going to be Minot and Austin, which was a spring tradition for several years.
It is. I would even say we're venturing back toward the spring tradition, Ken. That'll be 3 years in a row. A sweep 2 years ago by the Bruins as they made it to the Robbie Cup championship game, and then a sweep last year by your Toros as we fell short in the Robertson Cup semifinal, as we all begrudgingly remember. But one thing I wanted to point out, Ken, standings-wise, obviously the Central Division, best division in the North American Hockey League year in and year out. 3 teams with 80-plus points. Every other division, only 1 team, and that is the division leader with 80-plus. So any other division in 81, you're sitting beautifully, but Toros sweating it out, obviously. But that's what we love about the Central Division. Every night, everyone brings their A game.
Certainly, and it's a war every night. It prepares these guys for college. It's why you see more commits come out of the Central Division. It's why you see players always want to get to the Central Division. How often do we talk to players when they're traded to Minot and they talk about not just being excited to be a Toro, but being excited to be playing Central Division hockey?
Yeah, and I think about an intermission interview that Middendorf had a few months back here, probably a month and a half, as he was getting settled in. He said that the trade to Minot was the best thing that's ever happened to his hockey career. You hear it from Ty James of that intermission interview right there with Lauren. You know, he talks to other guys around the league, and they want to come to Minot. So these boys definitely fortunate. We're obviously fortunate to have them, and we're fortunate to have the best fan base in the North American Hockey League to back them up.
Just to wrap up the playoff picture, and maybe this is something we can have Sebastian put together for tomorrow.
Yep.
A scenarios graphic. Aberdeen, 64 points. St. Cloud, 62. If Aberdeen can hold on tonight, as Austin now up 3-1 on North Iowa, so the Toros not getting any help there, but if Aberdeen can hold on tonight, the task gets really tough for St. Cloud the rest of the way. Regardless of what happens in Watertown, that game's still 1-1, but if Aberdeen can get to 66 points, the most that St. Cloud can get to with 4 games remaining, including tonight, is 70. So Aberdeen inching closer and closer. They also have the tiebreaker.
Yep, that's a big thing, right?
They've got 3 more wins due to Wings.
Yep. And we're seeing the same
St. Cloud.
thing with our race. You know,
Yep.
it comes down to wins. Obviously split the season series 4-4 with Austin, so wins the most important thing. And first and foremost, a win tonight is the most important thing in my opinion, kind of.
For sure, especially Aberdeen finishing with Watertown. Watertown out of the playoff picture. Won't matter to them. Who knows what the effort will be like next weekend.
Yep.
Of course, same thing for St. Cloud. They get the Mallards, but even if they both win those games, the Norsemen need to win 2 more games than Aberdeen over these final 4 because, again, a tie doesn't help them.
Yep.
They need to pass the Wings in points, so they need at least 3 more points than the Wings over these final 4 games. If the Toros don't come back in this one, that's going to be very tough for
and
the Norsemen.
honestly, this is shaping up to be the most important 20 minutes of the season for not only the Norsemen, for the Wings, and I would argue for the Toros in the fight for the 2 seed here. All it coming to a head. Norsemen and Shamrocks tied up right now. Obviously, Toros down a goal, but everything on the line, and you couldn't really write a script any better than this, Cam. We play all these games, and it all comes down to a Friday night at the Odie.
For sure, and we, looking in 3-1 Austin, so I talked about it in our home key group keys of the game. Time to start playing playoff hockey. Well, third period trailing by 1. In the playoffs, you don't roll over. Hopefully the Toros don't roll over tonight. We'll send it out to break. When we come back, we'll see if the Toros can fight back in this one here on the Minotauros Network.
Hi, I'd like to add my new motorcycle to my insurance policy, please.
Greetings. Is it a moped or unicycle?
No, it's a motorcycle.
Unicycling enhances core body strength.
No, it's a motorcycle. It has 2 wheels, a seat, handlebars.
Does it have rocket boosters?
Can I speak to a live agent?
Impossible. All agents have been neutralized.
At Farmers Union Insurance, technology is important, and so is finding the best options for our clients, person to person. Farmers Union Insurance. Local agents, more options, great rates.
As long as you have the back of someone in the midst of an overdose, North Dakota's Good Samaritan Law has yours. Learn how to save a life at behavioralhealth.nd.gov.
Opioids. Fill with care.
Our history sets us on our path. From the moment we're born, we begin our walk through life. We learn so we can discover. We find our passion and develop our skills. We build relationships. We start thinking about what we're going to leave behind to those we love. Let our legacy help shape yours. First International Bank and Trust. No matter your place in life, we can help you live first.
Since 1977, Northwest Tire's been your partner on the road for over 40 years. People have put their trust in our quality brand tires and expert service on the roads and in the fields for work, play, and travel. Northwest Tire, keeping you rolling down the road.
Welcome back inside of the Odie Ice Center in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Toros and Wings. Toros trail 2-1, shots 23-22. Where the Wings lead that category by 1 as well. As usual, I'm Ken Oda taking you through this one. Toros looking for a third period comeback in this building. That also, we talked about a spring tradition for the Toros playing the Austin Bruins. Third period comebacks in this building, dating all the way back to Mason Morelli in the 12-13 season. Scoring a third period goal to force overtime, or Kyle Kukkonen having his best game as a Toro in the playoffs to force overtime in Game 5 of a playoff series. But this is Backel on the break. Good defense by Fleming, breaks that up, but Pitters is on it behind the net. Pitters trying to get away from Uhala. Fleming walls off Backel. Backel went down hard, holding his face. He caught the lip of the boards. Meanwhile, the puck comes back in the Toro zone where Fleming gathers. Fleming gains the red line, dumps it deep. Cooper Anderson after it with Mindorf on his hip. Swings it around to the near side. He missed Orr, but they had a man on the near side half wall. It was Many Gray Horses. He turned it over. Toros dump it back in. Mindorf frees it up on the far side. Lost the handle into the middle of the ice. Orr finds it and throws it out to neutral. Tui turning away from pressure, then dumps it in. Wings are on it. Comfort turns it over behind the net. Spence couldn't get it to the front. Good stick by Mindorf. Takes that away in neutral. Gives back to Tui. Back across the near side. Jordan Gibbs banks up the near side for Mindorf. Mindorf poked away from him, but John Small was there in support. His shot's blocked up off the glass, and then the rebound carries out to neutral in front of the wing bench. Tui turns it over to Cole, looking in the middle for Many Gray Horses. Pass was off the mark. Many Gray Horses just dumps it deep into the Toro zone. Tui looking across, finds Mindorf. Mindorf into the zone, throws it across to the near side. Spence apparently was offside. 18:06 left to play here in period number 3. More fans checking in on social. Tiffany Russell letting us know that Ovi has tied Gretzky as the Capitals took on the Minnesota Mallards of the NHL this year, my beloved Blackhawks. He was able to put up a couple. Patty and Sean Bachhoven checking in from the Bonfire Theater. Some jousting on the near side wall between Noah Gibbs and Bulgakov. Bulgakov steps in to take this draw after far side. Good stick. Ty James takes it away. Dumps it into the near side corner. Races after it. But the Toros can't find the puck until it's out in neutral. Perreault gives to Ty James. Ty James uses the glass to put that up into one of the suites. It hit a bell that's hanging over the ice. Either way, draw back in the Toro zone. 17:43 left to go in regulation. Toros need 1 to tie, 2 to win. Of course, you don't really care about giving Aberdeen the extra point. I don't know that there's really a rooting interest for the Toros as far as matchups go for Bismarck. Far side, poked free. Jockums banks it into the zone, but can't get it back. Noah Gibbs couldn't free it up either. Far side, Tishkovich. Tishkovich plays it to the middle. Zmitis can't keep it away from Fleming, who gives to Mahler. Mahler banks to the far side. It's out to neutral. Anderson takes over there, dumps it back into the Toro zone. Fleming turning with it. Fleming up for Ramirez. Ramirez gains the line. Carries deep, looks to get it to the front. It's broken up. Ramirez still digging for it, but it's played to the near side wall. Sabulis there to help. Back in behind the net. Anderson ahead. Into the middle. Pitters with a shot that goes off the outside of the netting. Sabulis was stepped into, but the Toros still find it and play out to neutral. Delayed offside, so the Wings have to back up. That allows Fleming to turn. Fleming gains the red line, dumps it up and out of play for a whistle. 16:23 left to go here in the third. Short glass here at the Odie. The tall glass behind the nets is about as tall as the short glass is at the Mesa. That actually wraps around the entire near side where the spectators are and around to the goal line on each side of the far side. And then the glass, as this is turned over. Owens with a quick shot. Gloved and held. Rebound given. Poked at. The Wings find it first. And the short glass along the bench side is barely taller than the players' heads. Sweeto out of his net, guides it to the near side. Owens chips it up, but Briggs Orr keeps it at the point. Dumps it down low to Many Gray Horses. Many Gray Horses trying to get to the front, but a good stick by O'Hannison plays it out to neutral. Dumped right back into the Toro zone. Swedes out of his net again, gives to Jordan Gibbs. Up the middle, Yohala avoids a collision and carries into the zone. And then gets put down hard, and that will draw a call. Toros to the power play. So the Toros to the power play for the 4th time this evening. And that's, as I said, been the magic number. Toros 25-5 when they get 4 power plays in a game. Another look at the penalty. They had Yohala lined up and then a big collision. The Wings seem to do that a lot against the Toros, run into each other, and then Yohala caught a defenseman standing flat-footed. It was Gavin Reed. So his infraction earns him a spot in the penalty box. Mary Vigna. That comment about the Blackhawks hurt her soul as a Chicago native. As a Chicago native myself, still has a share of Chicago Blackhawks season tickets. I hate it too. Another infraction on the faceoff by the Wings. People ask me why I keep my season tickets despite living in Minot now for 13 years, and it's during the good years I was able to go home and go back to Stanley Cup final games and not have to worry about getting seats. Haven't had to worry about that for, my goodness, a decade. Near side, Adam Mahler plays ahead. Mindorf has trouble gaining the zone, and now breakaway for Moxham. Moxham in, shot it wide. Rebound comes back to him off the glass. Toros look to go the other way. Yohala across, finds Mindorf into the zone. Mindorf across to the near side, and Spencer. Toros will go to work. 1:18 left on the power play. Up top for Mahler. Gives far side, Yohala. Drops down low, Spencer. Spencer puts it behind the net. O'Hannison gets help from Yohala. O'Hannison looks up top for Mindorf. Mindorf cuts to the middle. Looking for space. Mindorf does a lap around the zone. Then looks up top for Mahler. Mahler back to Mindorf. Across. And a one-time pass for Yohala, picked off, taken away, and cleared. Shots 23-23, so just one shot on goal on this power play for the Toros. And now change up. The second unit comes out. Jordan Gibbs to the far side. Tui hit as he tries to enter the zone. The puck rolls deep. Briggs Orr plays it up the wall. Comes back to Tui. He touches up top. Jordan Gibbs. 20 seconds left for the Toros to try and set something up. Tui comes to the near side. Far side, Jordan Gibbs walks in. Save made. Rebound comes to the near side. Up top, Tui. Tui through traffic. It's blocked. Controlled by the Wings, who send it all the way down. They'll come full strength before the Toros can get back up ice. Connor Tui up ice for Noah Gibbs. Noah Gibbs dances into the zone, forced wide, bounces it to the far corner. Jochum's trying to free it up there with Winkler. Bodies hit the floor, but the puck eventually rolled along to the near side, and the Wings play it out to neutral. Good hit by Jochums, frees it up for Small. Small looking to dance in. Lost the handle, however. Puck chipped up the far wall. Sabulis coming on. Freed it up, but they say it was offside, so the Toros had to let it lay. That allows Bulgakov to come the other way. Shot save with the mask for Swedes. Mahler ties Bulgakov up on the far side. Bulgakov puts Mahler in a headlock and pulls him down behind the play. That's your Mosquito Joe Pest of the game. Of course, overager wearing a cage. Near side, this is Adam Mahler. Fresh off that headlock, plays ahead. And it was not tipped by Ramirez on the way through, so that will go for a Minot's finest collision center icing. See the shot from Bulgakov off the mask of Sweeto. Mahler's been out there a while. He's trapped on the ice from the icing. Edwards, Ramirez, Cibulis, Fleming, the other four Toros draw one cleanly back by Edwards for a quick cover by Swedes. And Toros able to get a change. Yohala line out. 12:39 to play here in the third. Still 3-1 at the Mason City Arena as the Toros throw this up along the glass. It gets by, and the Toros gain the line. Yohala couldn't dig it out of the pile of bodies. It's ahead for Zamaitis on the near side. Wings on the attack. Centering feed finds the far wall. Another attempt comes across, and it's Owens. Owens feeds Ty James. Ty James with a shot blockered away. Rebound to the far side. Yohala tried to play it back to the point, but Perot was already backpedaling in case they lost the scrum. Zamaitis, a weak backhander, swatted away with the paddle by Swedes, and then Chuck Owens throws it the distance for another Minot's finest collision center icing. 5 minutes to play in Mason City, still 3-1. 15 minutes to play in Bismarck, 2-0 Bobcats. 6:03 left to play in Watertown, still 1-1 between the Shamrocks and the Norsemen. Shamrocks without Casey Curley. Who was suspended for actions taken here last Saturday night in Aberdeen. Toros throw this up the near side. It was Yohala, didn't get out though. Backel and O'Hannison come together. Chipped deep. Ty James on the near side. Gets help from Owens. This would have been a hand pass, so the Wings couldn't touch. Owens plays out to neutral. Swept up the near side, Backel. Delayed offside, so Pitters has to back off, which allows the Toros to start up ice. Mindorf through neutral. Dumps it deep. It'll ride the kick plate in behind the net. Wings find it first. Backel hoists it ahead. But the Wings find it first. It's Briggs or the defenseman driving the net. Flicks one weakly into Swedin, who holds on for a whistle. 11:01 left to go here in period number 3. Toros still trail the Wings. 2-1. Only goal of the game for the Toros. Mindorf centering feed that went in off the Wings. I believe it was Cunningham who put it into his own net. Otherwise, the Toros have yet to solve the Aberdeen goaltender. Far side, this is Tui. Ahead, broken up. Eventually dumped down in the Toro zone. Sweeto has to make a save on the bouncing puck. Tui away from a man and then chips out to neutral. He missed Spencer. Wings will dump it right back in. They'll play this game all night if the Toros let them. Pass ahead, picked off. Comfort plays to the near side. Cole throws it in front. Stick save, rebound, fanned on. And now the Toros look to go the other way. Spence for Mindorf. Mindorf, shot save made. Rebound comes to the near side. Spence throws it on net for another save. In front, John Small gives to Mahler. Shot up off the glass. Spence throws the rebound off the net, and it's held on to by Cunningham, who's having an absolute fantastic night between the pipes for the Wings. Offensive zone draw for the Toros. Tevin James line. He wins it back, but it doesn't get to Mahler. Noah Gibbs fights for it. Now it's played down low. Jochums working behind the net, trying to get free. Help comes from James, up top for Mahler. Mahler's shot blocked, and it'll carry him out to neutral. Races on the other way. Bulgakov couldn't find the pass. Now he does. He's met by Fleming. Puck shuttled to the corner. Banked in front, didn't get through. Anderson couldn't pull the trigger on his shot, and now Jochum's looking to push play the other way. 3-on-2 if the Toros hurry. Jochum's in for Mahler. Mahler puts it in front, but Noah Gibbs was in too deep. The pass was behind him, and now Bulgakov trying to counter. Good recovery by Adam Mahler, takes it away, and then he flips it out to neutral. Briggs Orr plays along the near side. He missed Cooper Anderson. Clark tied up. Puck comes to the near side. A dive by Zemaitis doesn't get called. Or feigns a high stick that wasn't there. So this pass to the middle, broken up, swatted to the far wall by Ty James. Dumped in behind the Toro net. Edwards is over on it, uses the glass to bank that ahead. It doesn't get out. Bouncing puck comes in front of the net, and Sweeto will choose to cover as Zemaitis comes crashing in. 8:36 left to play here in the third. Shots 28-25 in favor of the Wings, who lead 2-1 as we hit the media timeout. Kobe, do we have the McDonald's Toros trivia question? I would like to give the answer. So, McDonald's Toros trivia question. Who was the first Toro to have a hat trick against Aberdeen? 40% of you thought it was Chase LaPinta. 30% of you thought it was Keenan Lund. 16% of you thought it was Zach Bross, but only 14% of you had the correct answer. It was Reed Stephenson. Our winner is Jody Meckley. Jody Meckley had the correct answer. Reed Stephenson with the first Toro hat trick against the Aberdeen Wings. Only two other hat tricks to speak of for the Toros against these guys. Chase LaPinta with the second, and Jack O'Hannison just a few weeks ago on the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Speaking of the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena, Toros and Bobcats for the final regular season home game next Friday night. Toros will close out the regular season on the road as Sweeto soaks up that shot. Toros will head to Bismarck on Saturday, a week from tomorrow, in a game that may or may not have meaning in the standings. Jammed ahead, Edwards. Toros look to race out of the zone. He feeds Ramirez the pass just a little bit long, and Briggs Orr finds it. Plays out to neutral. Jordan Gibbs gives to Tui. Tui dumps one on net that's gloved and held by Cunningham, who holds for a whistle. 8:16 left to play here in the third. Plenty of time. Toros just need to get one in regulation. Now 4-1 in Mason City. Hirschfield with his second of the period to extend that lead to 3. Speaking of 3-goal leads, Tommy Cronin, his 13th of the season for Bismarck, extends the Bobcat lead to 3-0 over the Mallards. Still 1-1 in Watertown. Off the draw, jam play to the front. Toros can't get it towards the cage. Mahler pinches down, it gets by him. Owens takes over in neutral. Owens plays it into the zone. It was off the mark for Uhala. Now we got a high stick. It was played with a high stick, so the draw will come back into the Toros offensive zone. With 480 seconds left to go here in period number 3. Yohala line stays out for the Toros. Same could be said of the Pinners line for the Wings. Hannison punches it deep. The Wings are on it first. Jammed up, and Mahler was already backpedaling. He couldn't get back to the blue line to keep that in the zone. Fleming. Blue attire kept possession, played up the near wall, was picked off before it got through to Yohala. Yohala takes it back, then rolls it in for Owens. Owens carries deep to the corner, gives O'Hannison. Shot fought off, rebound, in behind the net. Squirts to the near corner where it's thrown up ice. Yohala keeps it at the blue line, puts it in the middle, but broken up before it can connect with Owens. Races on the other way, Moxham working on Mahler, puts it in front. Lillison couldn't redirect. Yohala finds it. Yohala finds Mahler in the middle of the ice. He leaves off far side. O'Hannison tried to return it to him. It didn't get through. Wings throw this out to neutral. Gibbs will retreat on it. Both sides changing. Gibbs hands to Small. Small looks across. Finds Mindorf. Mindorf throws it into the near corner. John Small on it there. Jammed to the near side. Mindorf keeps it. Plays down the wall. Jordan Gibbs walking in the middle. It's taken off his stick by Johnson. Thrown ahead to the near side. Many Gray Horses couldn't get it as Spencer cut it off. Plays back to the Toro zone and Gibbs. Jordan Gibbs will just punch that out to neutral to be dumped right back in by Gavin Reed. 6.5 to play here in regulation. Toros trail by 1. Tui ahead for Spencer. Spencer looks in the middle for Mindorf. Mindorf splits the D, gets pulled down, and that will draw a call. The Toros will go to their 5th power play of the evening. And this, without a doubt, starting to feel like a must convert. Hooking call on Winkler. As we get another look, Mindorf couldn't get through cleanly off a good feed from Spence. Again, it's Mindorf's speed. Mindorf just not able to pull the trigger as he was getting hooked. 6:19 to play. Toros to the First Western Bank and Trust power play for the 5th time this evening. Yohala on the draw for the Toros. And again, another whistle on the drop of the puck, and then wing will be tossed. They're going to tell the box to hold the clock for 1 second, and we'll see how well they observe that command. Bulgakov has to step in and take the draw. Wings dig it out and clear. Adam Mahler has gauze in his nose. I assume from that earlier tussle with Bulgakov. Across, Spencer gains the line, hits the brakes, looks to the middle. It's Yohala. Yohala hands off for Adam Mahler. Mahler looks to carry in, drops it down low to Spencer. Spencer back up to the blue line and Mahler on the far side, skates to the middle, then leaves top of the far circle for Spencer. Spencer walks in, wires, glove save, no rebound given by Cunningham, who then throws the puck back to the ice with a little bit of attitude, and why not? He's been absolutely locked in, with the exception of the goal he allowed to Mindorf. Interesting song choice. 5:44 left to go here in the third. Minute 26 on the First Western Bank and Trust power play. Toros control the draw. Hannison up top for Mahler. Mahler comes across to Mindorf. Near point, Mindorf, top of the umbrella, Mahler. Mahler looks far circle, O'Hannison. O'Hannison tried to drop it down low to Spencer. It was partially tipped, but Yohala able to keep the clear attempt at the near point. Yohala spins down the wall, plays to the corner. Wings take it away and clear out to neutral. Adam Mahler back on it. O'Hannison goes to the bench. I think he's got an issue with his stick. John Small on to replace him. Good keep at the blue line by Mahler. Then comes across for Yohala. Yohala drops down low for Mindorf. Mindorf finding space in the near corner. 39 seconds left on the power play, and Mahler Can't handle the pass back to the top. The Toros have to retreat and retrieve. .26 seconds left on the power play, which has seen the Toros take exactly one shot into the middle. Noah Gibbs with a shot that deflects up and out of play. 4:36 left to go here in the third. 18 seconds left on the man advantage. They are hitting the 90s and early 2000s hip-hop hard tonight here in Aberdeen. My guess is it just made it here. 4:36 to play. Cody Campbell wants to delay a game penalty called on the Wings. Oh no, they were running the clock even though the puck didn't drop. It was 18 seconds left on the power play before. It's down to 17, so they just started it early. In Aberdeen, who would have thought? Bulgakov and Jockum's on the draw. Wings clear it on the near side. Bulgakov takes it away. He's got a man going to the front. Shot save made. Rebound given to the far side. Lillison finds it. He sends it. Why did the linesman have his arm up for icing? The Wings sent it back to their own zone. Either way, Wings come full strength. Bulgakov trips over that spot they were looking at during the start of the second period, but the Wings almost get a chance out of it. Bulgakov working behind the net. 4 minutes to play as Jockums blocks that Bulgakov chance, and then jams it out to neutral. Man falls down. Jockums in. He's got Gibbs. Shot save made. Rebound given. Noah Gibbs plays it behind the net. Put in front for Jockums and never got through, and then the whistle goes as it was covered by Cunningham. 3:45 showing on the game clock. Toros had a great chance on the rush coming out of the power play. Bulgakov fell down, and then so did Nick Comfort. Jockum's shot just didn't go. Draw to the left of Cunningham, who has been... What happened there? Only one player started to play. It was the Wings centerman, and Wings get a free clear down the ice. It also somehow wasn't icing. This is Yohala. Yohala speeds into the zone on the near side, tries to cut to the middle, lost the handle. Puck poked to the near side wall. 2-on-1. Mahler's the lone man back. Backel plays across. Good stick by Mahler, breaks up the pass. They put it in front anyways, and now Fleming breaks it up. Pitters finds the loose change. Pitters working behind the Toro goal. Help comes from Backel. Puck at the side of the net. Fleming throws it out to neutral. Comfort guides it across. Gavin Reed will dump it down. No one on that puck for the Toros. That was something Mindorf talked about during the first intermission. Some lazy plays. That was one. Now a shot blocked by Jordan Gibbs. Call puts it in front. Glove saved by Sweeto on a blast. But earlier in that sequence, the Wings went for a change. The puck was ringing around the Toros zone and just no one went and got it. That's what leads to the Toros being pinned in their own zone. John Small and Lillison on the draw. Lillison wins it back. Spencer pressuring. Winkler carries down the wall. 2:25 to go here in regulation. Winkler rolls it in front. Swedes gets the cover. Swedes takes a sip from The Gatorade bottle draw will be to his right this time. Small against Lillison. Toros control. Mindorf plays ahead. Spencer finds it. Tries to play it to the middle. It's broken up. Cole carries it into his own zone. Now dumps it ahead. Glove down by Jordan Gibbs. He finds Mindorf on the far side. Mindorf didn't hold on cleanly, and the Toros have to regroup. Tui dumps it down in the corner. Mindorf, the first to it. Tries to play it back to Spencer. And now it gets by. Race the other way. Many Gray Horses. Good job getting back by Fleming. And he deflects Many Gray Horses' shot wide. 100 seconds left in regulation. The pass for Spencer's off the mark. Wings will play some keep away. Gavin Reed. Toros need to get possession. They need to get it deep, and they need to get Swedes to the bench. 90 seconds to do all that, and then find a goal. It's Bulgakov working in the Toro zone. Owens finds this. Ahead, kicked up by O'Hannison, but taken away by Comfort. So Swedes has to stay in the pipes. Near side, Bulgakov. Looks across, shot, save made. Rebound, kept at the point, hammered wide. Bulgakov was reaching for that with a very high stick. Now the Toros start up ice. Yohala gains the line, shot, blocked, out of play by Comfort as Swedes gets to the bench. The extra attacker comes on. 54.2. James, Tavin James, Jockums, Noah Gibbs, Jordan Gibbs. Yeah, Toros only have 4 players on the ice right now. Timeout taken by the Toros. So we'll see what they can draw up. Take a look back at the scoring recap in this one. All the scoring came in the first period. Mindorf opened at 4:07 in. Then Cade Moxham from Winkler and Backel. Should note, Fleming should have an assist on Mindorf's goal. Cole and Lillesund at 19 minutes of the third. 2 goals, 57 seconds apart for the Wings. The difference in this one, overshadowed. Lucas Swedin has stopped 31 of 33 and had, well, I guess a couple saves belong to Will Mazenko. So he's stopped 29 of 31 in this one, but just been outdueled. Damon Cunningham, 31 of 32. And the only one that went in, he put in himself. Yohala, Spencer, O'Hannison, Mahler, John Small, and Mindorf. The 6-pack that Cody Campbell grabs from the fridge as the Toros look to draw back even. Empty net, Swedes on the bench, Wings take it away on the near side. Toros get it back, it's Yohala, 40 seconds left. 38 now as Spencer turns. Ian Spencer carries ahead, gains the line, drops it to Mindorf. Dumped far corner, O'Hannison throws it to the front. Doesn't result in anything. Wings send this down the ice, races on for icing. Can Mahler win it? He cannot. Moxham hustles down and saves icing. Wings playing keep away. Final 12 seconds as they bounce this in front. Small across. Pass ahead, Mindorf, 2 seconds. Mindorf throws it on net, save made. But the horn sounds to end it. We will take a commercial break. When we come back, it'll be the Farmers Union postgame show after these messages on the Minotauros Network. Toros fall 2-1.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Find your plan today. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue, carry on.
I am Melissa Mack, and I do collections and loans at Aspire Credit Union.
My name is Amy Rasmussen, and I am the Member Experience Coordinator at Aspire Credit Union.
I think it's very important to give back to our community to show that we care. I think that we're very good at showing our members we care, and they see us out in the community.
What I like most about working at Aspire Credit Union, it is very family oriented. We feel like one big happy family, and Aspire knows that your family always comes first.
I'll always remember when I first started. I showed up to work and my whole office was decorated in Mexican theme because I was going to be going to Mexico. And I remember just being so shocked and like so honored that they did that for me. I just think that's really special that Aspire allows us to develop those relationships with our coworkers.
We do a lot of fun things. We have the best potlucks ever. Kind of brings us together, and everyone just kind of helps each other out.
Aspire to more.
Welcome back to the Odie Ice Center, where the Toros fall by a score of 2-1. But I'm not done bringing you bad news. The Austin Bruins get a 4-1 win in Mason City, which means the Toros no longer control their own destiny. They're going to need help from the Bulls or the Mallards if the Toros are going to be hosting games 1 and 2 of the Central Division semifinal. Also, more bad news, the Mallards fall 4-0 to the Bobcats. So the Bobcats will be your Central Division regular season champions. And the 1 seed, no matter what happens the rest of the way. The only other game still in action, St. Cloud and Watertown are in a shootout. Watertown gets the win. So now a 3-point difference between the Wings and Norsemen. Wings will improve to 66, St. Cloud to 63, which means the Norsemen's playoff hopes on life support as well. Recap it for you quickly here, as well as update the Forebears over-unders first. Let's take a look back at the scoring in this one. Toros opened the scoring, looked to be going well. Gavin Mindorf, his 24th as a Toro, 33rd of the season. As he picks this up from Fleming, carries behind the net, tried to throw it in front for Spence. Instead it caroms into the back of the net, and it was 1-0 Toros. But watch here, you see Ohannesson's stick got chopped out of his hands. He then tries to close out without a stick on Cade Moxham, who ties the scoring. 18:03 into the first, and then 57 seconds later, a fluky bounce off a face-off, and Madsen Cole swats it out of midair to give the Wings a 2-1 lead. No scoring the rest of the way. Toros had their chances, 5 power plays in this one. They failed to convert on all of them. And for the 15th time this season, the Toros fall in regulation. Need a chance and some help tomorrow night. Toros need to get... You figure the Toros pretty much have to win out if they have any chance at hosting games 1 and 2. They need to win out. I wouldn't expect the Mallards to beat the Bruins, so really, tomorrow night, Toros need North Iowa's help. So we'll see how that all plays out. For Lauren Hill, Sebastian Machado, Kobe Brault, I am Ken Oda, hoping you enjoyed the broadcast in spite of the outcome. We'll talk to you at about 7 o'clock, maybe a little bit earlier because their pregame festivities started early and were loud. Let's just plan on a 6:55 start tomorrow night at the Odie. Until then, enjoy the start of your weekend.